Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful night tonight. My name is Ozmourn, and of course, before I begin, I just want to say Happy International Asexuality Day to all of my fellow asexual friends out there. And so I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful time tonight, and a wonderful time watching the Scenic Route today. And so I hope that y'all are excited for this episode, because today is going to be all Soulsborne's games tonight, and we are having Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Bloodborne, and Dark Souls 3 right after we just saw Elden Ring. So a wonderful through line throughout the entire night and all the games that we see here. And so I am so happy that these runners are going to be on tonight. We have three amazing runners, Musume, we have Genso, and we have Blanks in that order doing those runs. And so please stay tuned and check the rest of these runs out for tonight, because they're going to be so much fun. And to start off, we have Musume with Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Immortal Severance Glitchless. You might have seen her run this at Back to Black. I know she's ran it on Express Lane as well. And of course, if you saw the block party that was last month, she also showed it off there as well. And so she's here to show up again on the GDQ channel. So Musume, please take it away.
Hello, I'm Musume, and today, yes, we are running Sekiro Shadows Die Twice to intro this wonderful episode of the Scenic Route. We're going to be running Immortal Severance Glitchless, because no glitches around here. And then, I have with me my wonderful couch. Do y'all want to introduce yourselves real quick?
I think I'm first, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, K4L. Hey everybody, I'm Catcher. Let's see what I got. I've known Musume since she lied to me that she had multiple Sekiro memes to show me.
True.
When she only had one. So yeah, just here to be on the couch and commentate Sekiro with the homies.
I guess that goes to me if we're doing alphabetical order. Hi, I'm Wanza Gonzo, pronouns he, him. I stream here on Twitch. I'm also a member of the Twitch Latin Guild and part of Cafe Cultivar, another Latine streaming community. And I'm excited to be here with Musume. Sekiro Shadows only died twice, but the first one is free.
True.
Passed it to pizza.
Hello, my name's PCD. I'm a variety.
Mm-hmm.
It's always free. First one, free 99. My name's PCD. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I'm just here so that Musume doesn't find me.
Yep. Basically, I've dragged these people here to commentate my run against their will. But enough about that. We are doing the good ending of Sekiro today, which is the ending where you don't become an evil monster, but it is a little bit longer, but we do get to see some of the really cool bosses in the end game. Bosses that are really cool to see, not that cool to fight because they're RNG based, but hey, glitchless, where RNG decides what's going to happen to you. Anyway, on that note, I am going to give you a little countdown, and then I'm going to hit start game. And we're going to get right into this. So, in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good luck, and also have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why are you laughing, also?
Nah, because that was 2/3 of a good movie.
Y'all, it's been 5 seconds. We cannot get this heated this quickly.
The couch is already in
was courteous.
My job is done.
It was courteous.
Thank you, everyone.
The couch is already in shambles, and we haven't even left the tutorial area. Speaking of the tutorial area, we are in Ashina Reservoir, where you start this game, no matter which ending you do. We all have to start here. We all have to go through this little jumping sequence because as of right now, we cannot sprint. Mechanically in the game, we cannot sprint. And so we have to jump because jumping is a little bit faster than just walking. And
this is how I move in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Like whenever I need to get somewhere quickly, this is how I move. And if you don't, then you're wasting time.
Exactly.
Gotta work the leg. It's leg day today.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Okay, speaking of which, do y'all know Taibo? I was thinking about that the other day. Does anyone know Taibo? No, Taibo. There was like this big, you know it, right?
Yeah.
I see it. What he's jumping. Check.
Bringing up Taibo.
No, we have the sword. When she was jumping, it reminded me of like when they do like, yo, we do the. Oh,
I like how I still don't know what they're talking about.
You don't know
that is the
American
beauty
thing
of having Catcher on your couch. To me, honestly, if you can keep up, kudos to you. We're gonna grab a fistful of ash, which is gonna come in handy a little bit later. And yeah, now that we have a sword, we can run. Actually, as you can see. Run past everything.
Only run with sharp objects.
Exactly.
Just like in real life. Everyone knows that you can't run without a knife in your hand.
Nope.
Exactly.
Do not try this at home.
Yeah, don't try this at home. Only in video games. Smile.
Yeah.
In front of adults. Do it.
Do it in front of adults.
Adults.
What's that in your hand? A knife.
No. And here's
Look at
the
this
first
cool
boss of the
fight.
run.
This
Yeah.
cool boss
Are y'all
fight.
excited for this
I'm so
boss?
excited.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
It's been 90 seconds. I have barely processed anything.
That's the fun part about this run. What just happened is that we died to the first boss, who was Genichiro Ashina, and he cut off our arm. But guess what? Now we have a better arm with a grappling hook on it. So,
You just walk it off.
Like I said,
yeah.
Yeah.
Walk it.
that first death is
Sure.
for free.
Yeah, there you go.
Once it came with the upgrade or the
But
arm.
did we die? Wait, did we die in that? I
Yeah.
didn't-
You do die there, yeah, but it's a scripted death. Even fun fact, even if you complete that fight and beat him, you end up dying there. So
But like, I die?
He cheats.
So yeah. So what you're saying is that we died once, and now
Yeah. Wait, doesn't that mean we died 3
can't-
times then?
we
No, but
can't
then we
die
died 3
twice.
times. Because we died twice every other time.
well, technically,
Oh,
in
but I
Sekiro, you
guess-
can die up to 4 times if you use the proper items. All my Sekiro knowers in chat know, you know what I'm talking about. You know about that bundled Jizo statue. You know about all that stuff. But yeah, we are headed into these items.
What's the?
These are items that you're never going to hear about because if you only watch speedruns, you're never going to hear about them. We're headed into the ogre fight right here, which is going to be a
Ogre like
riot.
Shrek? Or
Yeah, exactly. So many people
Shrek's grouchier cousin, actually.
angry Shrek, and we've been spotted by a man, which means there will be a man in
No,
our
not
fight.
that man.
There will be a man that's ending our fight.
Oh, buddy.
Look at him running
the
up.
only thing worse
Nah,
than
he-
an ogre, a man.
Actually, though, why is he here?
He is-
Why are you here?
He is hitting me a little bit. So now he gets to die for free.
Oh no.
So he
for
would have
you?
lived.
Drop kick.
Yeah.
The
Not
dropkick
the
was
ogre's
wild.
fault.
I've never seen that.
First
we
shadow is
dodging
free, and the first death for that
never
man is free as well. So,
That's
but yeah, this fight basically you just have to strafe around and obviously hope you don't get spotted. That's why we pop the gotcha and sugar. But sometimes, you know, you take that jump a little bit off, you get spotted. It's okay, don't panic. It's fine.
Yeah.
Look at that, we already dusted one boss.
The important part is that he didn't throw us off the cliff. So it's
Exactly, because he can do that.
Right, he does.
fine. He does. He will throw you off the cliff if he catches you. He'll eat you like a football. So we avoided that. So
Yep.
we're doing great.
Football like the
No.
Miami Dolphins.
Boo.
Ooh.
Haters.
I am throwing tomatoes as we speak.
Are you?
Snake warning.
Snake warning,
Or
we're
a snake
in the
pit,
canyon
yes.
right now where there are several skips that you can use to get through this canyon. None of which are very marathon safe, so we are going to shimmy. And a fun thing about the shimmy here is that if you mash your direction, so I'm on keyboard, so it's going to be D, but if you mash your direction, even on a controller, you get to shimmy a little bit faster than if you just walked.
Interesting. I wonder why that is. It's probably like an initial burst of movement on key press.
Yep,
Does that
I
work?
think
In,
so.
Does that work in real life?
Yeah.
Yes, if you
Yeah.
Okay.
instead of running,
shimmy?
yeah, in a straight line, you just have to like stop and then restart over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all are funny. One of y'all Naruto run. Or run.
Yeah, the
I said
other
run
side
instead
has
of
the
ran.
arms
Oh
behind.
my god.
And we're
Without the
grabbing an
what?
aqua sugar here, which is a sugar that increases your both health and posture damage dealt. And then we're grabbing money because we like money. We're gonna be buying some emblems later because we gotta fight Boku bosses.
Who?
Okay, chat, we were talking about this when we were practicing. What flavor do you think the Akko sugar tastes like?
Yes.
Oh, we're putting that up there? Bet.
Yeah.
And while we're deciding, this is Gyobu. This
cherry.
we got to lock in, so I'm going to talk about... Right? I was thinking of cherry raspberry. But so we have to hit this man 9 times to stagger him, and then hit him with the death blow right after, or like right after the knife blow. If we stagger him, or if we don't death blow after that stagger, he's going to run away. So we just have to manage that. Parrying, it inflicts more to his posture bar, which allows us to get that death blow. And yeah, it's really like, I guess, it's written as a complicated fight, but when you see someone who's really good at it, it's really quite easy. And then
Someone
he
who's
just has to
really
walk-
good at it.
run
Where?
forward. We're
watch
looking at it. It's
Right there,
cinema,
on
okay?
screen.
I'm saying, look at those parries, bro.
Look at that good spin by that horse. Good job. horse.
Yo, okay, so like this horse
It's
is
the
a
real star.
I'm saying, looking like,
horse.
what was the name of that horse movie? Spirit? It was Spirit, yeah. Yeah.
That movie had a sad ending, right?
Stallion.
It
thought you-
did.
The
It
movie
did.
is sad.
I thought you were supposed to be fighting the guy that's on the horse, but you're just hitting the horse.
Apparently, hitting the
I
horse
never
caused
thought about
psychic
that.
damage to him. 'cause he
I
really loves
never
it.
thought about that. That's actually so true.
Yeah.
We did. Wow.
Did you know that Gyobu can be headshot? You can get a headshot damage on Gyobu. And funnily
By
enough,
attacking the horse?
no, it's a headshot is like between the horse and his chest. So that's really where his soul lives, I guess.
Dang.
Really loves that horse.
That's not the
Does
conclusion.
love that horse.
Gyobu's just a horse girl deep down. To be honest.
Just random
Horse
old
girly?
An
person.
Uma Musume, would you say?
Yeah. Oh, the old person? Don't worry about it. This is Tengu. He asked me to hunt some
old
rats with him, and I said
Wait.
no. And then I left.
I agree.
Yeah.
Good talk.
And the reason why we do this, actually, there is a reason why we do this. If you don't do this, then there is a character that will pop up later on that won't pop up. So if you don't complete the dialogue with him, you won't be able to progress the game later on. So
Interesting.
you do have to talk to him and at least say no to his inquiry.
Okay.
Deny the man.
Dun, 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 dun. And
These
now we
doors are
going-
so big. Yeah,
I don't know why-
that are that big.
Why do you have to open the door up all the way to get through? That's
Yeah, why doesn't he crack it open and
Good
go?
question.
Yeah, it seems he seems like he's doing everything kind of inefficiently.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Me personally, I'd be doing a lot better if I was in his situation.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
really?
You get 2 Echo Sugars. Oh my god.
We're gonna get a
What
lot
is it?
more.
What is it supposed to be? Because when I look at it, I think of it's either like a red blood cell or it's like a cough drop.
I think
Yeah,
it's more
like a
cough
lifesaver.
drop.
Yeah.
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 A cherry lifesaver.
Yeah. Is there cherry lifesaver?
What's the
I don't know
bull?
the flavors. What's
yeah, it's
that?
the bull. So we're coming up
There's
to the bull.
red
This fight
lifesaver.
is kind of like scripted for the most part. We got to get 5 headshots, and as long as we deflect the charge attack that the bull's going to do, we get it to stagger. And then after the stagger, you gotta be kind of on your toes because RNG is gonna be in full effect at that point. So you gotta be on your game.
He is doing a lot of the
Mike.
funny RNGs because
Yeah,
he
but-
knows we're
No,
live.
Stop being funny.
Kind of.
Apparently, we got the bulls from '92, not the most recent.
Lol.
Ooh.
Are
And
we-
because
don't worry
the
about
bull does have his horns on fire, you do take chip damage and burn status whenever you deflect. So that's what happened to us. But guess what, Lonzo, you want to do the honors?
Shadows die twice.
We're back.
Wait.
Dude's being real funny.
But you've
today.
already died twice.
Absolute.
First shadow's free. Second shadow is on discount. Oh,
Also
oh,
free.
thank
This
you.
count is. What are we? Okay. All right.
Is he good?
All right.
Is he good?
No, I don't.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. He's okay.
You want to get pet?
He's okay.
Intimidation strats.
Oh my goodness.
This bull is about the psychic game.
Yeah.
All about the head games.
Don't worry about it. He's fine. He does that all the
What did I
time.
just witness?
Why are we killing this bull?
She's in our way.
Just running at us.
He's in our
And
way,
it's-
everybody.
and that's it? That's the only
It
reason?
has fire.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only
The
reason.
bull's on fire.
Don't worry, you'll be asking this question again. It'll also be about animals. Anyways,
So right
you
here.
invincible?
We were
There you go,
helping
you
him
go.
not be on fire anymore.
Yeah, look, he's
That's
not on
what
fire
it
anymore.
is. Y'all are villainous.
Can we agree that he's not on? That bull is
can't
not gonna
speak.
make it
That's
out of
true.
there
We can't.
and live a
We
normal life. Like
Well, not anymore. He's dead.
okay, you know what?
But he's not on fire anymore.
That's true.
Oh my.
It's one way to put the fire out.
Yeah.
I have a question about this game. Are you invincible when you drink from the gourd?
No. This is a FromSoft
Okay.
game. Absolutely not.
I was just wondering because you have horrible heal timings in Silk Song, so I just thought you got it. from
I'm
this.
sorry, what?
Also,
I have what?
you have horrible heal timings in Silk
You
Song.
are lucky we're about to corner tech and I can't defend myself.
Corner tech.
Shout out to the corner tag.
Shout out to corner tech. So in this fight, we're gonna lock this boss in this like tiny corner where the store is, and that's because we're using a technique called dead angling, which means that they will not attempt to parry any of the attacks that Musume is doing, and we can just have him be stuck in this little corner for the first phase of this fight.
Genmaicha Asuna.
Not again, mind you.
Yeah, and this is the guy who was there in the tutorial area who cut our arm off, so this is just like a little bit of revenge, if you ask me.
Yeah, we
Wait.
don't like him.
Why didn't you just do this the
Actually-
first time?
That's what I'm saying. Well, we didn't have a door.
Because we were in a field. Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't have a door.
corner that
Couldn't
we
do
could-
this.
Yeah, we had no door to bring with us.
we
To
could
bring-
not take them off a cliff.
It's a bring your own door function.
I'm saying.
BYOD.
BYOD.
Jokes. Oh my god. Stop.
For a second.
Mine would be one of them French doors. Oh, that's
Pop
Then you
an
gotta
up.
level up.
And we're gonna definitely dodge that Mercury and hope for good RNG. Right here, he can give us. There it is.
Level lightning.
That was a bit
Interesting.
dicey.
That
Good.
lightning
That's
for
okay.
us, my guy.
good.
Yeah, you want to get 2 lightnings because the lightning does the most posture damage, which, for those of you who aren't familiar with this game and how it works, the bosses have posture and health. So the health is what's on the top left, and the posture is what's directly on the top. And you deal posture damage whenever you hit a boss, but you only deal health damage if you hit them directly in the body and they don't block or deflect it.
Deflect, right?
Yeah. So you can get a kill either by posture or by health. And so, depending on which is faster for the speed run, we will actually use different items in order to get there. So we'll use Divine Confetti in those fights where getting a health kill is faster because the confetti increases health damage. Whereas we'll use Akko, which increases health and posture for those posture kills. And So now we are getting into the very boring dialogue section. If you have anything at all to read out, you can feel free to read that.
That's a great thing to hear. I want to remind folks about Speedruns. Speedruns 6 will be live May 7th through 10th, and GDQ will be hosting the official English restream. Use !Speedruns in chat to learn more and submit by April 10th if you want to commentate any of the runs. And so my question is, how long have you been, like, give us a bit of your backstory when it comes to like your history with this game. How long have you been running it? What's your favorite part? Or do you do other categories? Give us the rundown here.
Yeah, so I actually started because I was inspired by Black and Flash. Shout out to Black and Flash. And I was encouraged to maybe submit something for last year's Juneteenth. And so I decided to try to learn a run, and I went for sure glitchless on this game because I had just finished my Sekiro playthrough. It was like, I think back in February. I just finished my first playthrough, so that's the funny thing. I went straight from first playthrough into speedrunning, which I do not recommend you do. However, if you're gonna do that with any game in any category, you should do it with sure glitchless because it is one of the most accessible Souls runs, in my opinion. It's really short and sweet. There's not a whole lot of complicated stuff you have to do. And there are ample tutorials on it. And the community is super helpful to, teach newcomers. And, it's a run with a high skill ceiling, but a low barrier to entry, in my opinion. So yeah, that's how I got started. And then, Shina Castle. And then I ended up learning. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, that is part of like the appeal when it comes to like glitchless runs. A lot of people view them as like more approachable, more accessible. Like, some people get a little intimidated by like a lot of the bigger tricks in some games. Yeah,
because this game has some wacky tricks, which is why I'm interested in learning some glitch runs. So that might be in my future, you know what I'm saying? But for now, I run Shira glitchless and Immortal Severance glitchless on this game, which is basically the short version of the glitchless run and the longer version of the glitchless run. Yeah. Believe it or not, we're still in the running section. You could read a novel.
The glitches in this game are wild. One time I got into this stream and she was like swimming in the air. Oh, cricket warning. Catch her. It's your favorite cave in the whole game.
Don't start with me.
It's Cricket Cave, everyone's favorite cave.
Warning for those who need it.
My God.
Where are we going? Why? We just keep going deeper. Like the depths just keep going.
Oh yeah.
Like.
But unfortunately, these depths have giant chihuahua-sized crickets.
Yeah.
What? I don't like that. Like,
I do love one thing that I love about Souls games, despite never having played one, is that every time I see other people play ones, all the bosses and enemies are like beasts, and just every now and again they just throw you like a guy, just like a regular.
Oh yeah.
Yo. Yeah.
Just a little guy.
Just Greg,
Yeah. Sekiro is really funny in that regard because you have a lot of mini bosses. If you've ever seen the all bosses and mini bosses speedrun, half of that roster is just a guy. Oh, it's
just
a guy number 5. Literally on people's splits, they're called General Number 5. It's just a guy.
Sorry.
It's not even a full name.
No, it's
or
quite funny. But yeah, we are in the Senpo Temple right now. The old man that we talked to earlier was surprised. Tengu was Ishin Ashina the whole time. He was in disguise. And he told us...
What?
I know! Sorry for the spoilers on the 2019 game, by the way. My bad.
I'm gonna forget everything about this game the moment that this runs over.
Real.
Good.
Now it's getting spoiled for me. I can't play
Cricket.
anymore.
Cricket room.
I'm not a fan
Yep.
of what I'm witnessing.
Yep.
The fact that I can see
Yep.
them is I'm so
Yep.
frustrated.
You're welcome.
No, I don't. I didn't ever
Suffer
no.
with me.
You have to suffer with us. If we all know of the
Shared
existence,
suffering.
yeah. A burden shared is a burden halved.
Well, you can have it all.
Whoa.
That's messed up.
Nice.
Whoa.
Heck, you mean, buddy?
Well, you can.
We're
have
like
it.
we're like a
Someone's
fourth into the
game
run, and I feel like we're like trying our best to like make as many ops as possible by the end of the show.
Honestly, I'll be surprised if everyone still talks to each other by the end. But you know, hey.
It's all out of love. I promise.
True. Headed into the Armored Warrior fight, aka Roberto, where we're gonna use
Hi,
an
Roberto.
Akko sugar.
Oh, this is me. This is me. All right, so we're gonna use this cherry Akko sugar real quick. Why do we use Akko sugar again? Oh, right, it's for posture.
Oh, he
so
did
the fun thing about
he did the funny RNG.
Everybody's being funny today.
Yeah.
yeah, just like me, because I'm hilarious. But anyways, wait, pizza.
I think I can't hit you anymore.
Wait, actually.
Yeah, I think.
So, anyways, as you can see, we don't actually do health damage to Roberto. We have to only do posture damage and then finish him off with a death blow. Although, I don't know, I was hearing from my sources that we do oh, no, it's good. It's all good. It's fine. So we have to
there we
knock him
go.
off. Yeah, and
Rest
then we
in
watch him
peace,
fall.
my guy.
And then he says tomato. I think he says tomato, but apparently he's saying, who is he saying?
He's saying Roberto.
He's saying his child's name.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought he was Roberto. Who the hell
No,
is
we
he?
call him Roberto because he says Roberto. It's kind of like we treat him like a Pokemon. We're like, oh, he says Roberto. His name must be Roberto. But that's his kid.
I
apparently.
see now.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, dog. So that was Armored Warrior.
You can't say my bad to him for misspelling his name when we just pushed him off a cliff, by the way.
Yeah.
What? I can be courteous. I was raised right.
messed
I was raised right. I feel like this is a you problem, personally.
Yeah, I am the one who
Justice for
pushed
Roberto.
him. Yeah, justice for
saying.
Roberto.
And you didn't say my
Justice
bad.
for
Like,
for Armored Warrior. He's not
Shout out to
Roberto.
Roberto's firecrackers, though. If you know,
You
you
are
know. If you play this
muted.
game, yo, shout out to those firecrackers. I love the firecrackers, and I wish we had time to pick them up in Glitchless because you can actually stun a lot of the bosses with them.
Oh, you being serious? I thought you were
Storm.
sarcastic.
Oh yeah, during this
Where's-
door animation, you are
Hefty.
protected. Which again, try this in real life. If you're ever afraid of taking damage, just open a door
Just
and nothing will
open
hit
a
you.
Door. I'm gonna start keeping the
where we
door with
should've had
me.
it just goes straight through you.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You turn collision off.
Yeah, it turns collision off IRL. Actually, did you know?
I'm losing my mind. Anyways, in case anyone is watching this now going, as we kill one monkey and then two monkeys, you're probably thinking to yourself, why are we killing the monkeys?
Why are we
And
killing
then
monkeys?
Lucy-
they're
that's a great
present.
question. Because they're present.
No, we ran.
Oh.
This is because Catcher was talking about it.
Me?
Catcher jinxed it.
Oh my days.
No, Catcher, that is not your fault. So a funny thing that can happen in this fight, quote unquote fight, is Sekiro decides to take a grapple that
Bad
he's
grapple.
not even looking at, which
Yeah, that was
causes the
sus.
monkey to spot you. And let's hope my Gotchin doesn't run out here because we do have to
No, I believe.
come and get this guy.
We got it. We got
My breath is held. My breath is held. My breath is held.
This week.
This is fine. This is fine. Run him down. Run him down. Run him down.
Running away.
Are those
no.
shadow monkeys? Like, what's going on here? Okay, I see.
Okay, it's time. It's
this
time
is
to ring the
fine.
bell
This is
again.
fine.
This is fine.
This is
Look,
fine.
if this ever happens to you in the speedrun, guess what? Guess what you can do? I'm here to show you all the things that could go wrong, so that your speedrun can go right. You can pop your second Gotchin. That means we won't have it for Gunfort, but the Gotchin from Gunfort is a placebo anyway. So we're just gonna take the exact same pathing, and we're just gonna do it right this time.
Easily.
I'm here for the people. I'm here in case you were worried about monkeys on Sure Glitchless. Now you see me.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, look, you're.
This is how we do it.
It's
There you
fine.
go.
That's just as we planned.
No love lost. No time
That's exactly what
lost.
happened.
Yes.
Thank you, runner.
No problem.
Ryan,
I'm here.
for this.
I'm here all night. Well,
First
For the
try.
people.
That's the goat. That's the
You're
goat.
not, But
I'm
that's
not.
the goat.
Yeah.
That's if you ever wonder why your goats don't like monkeys. This is why.
the ghosts not like monkeys.
Well, no, I don't actually know, but you're a goat and you just killed monkeys. So
I mean, I had no hatred for them. I had no.
Well, you killed them regardless.
I had to get here to get the mortal blade.
They were just okay.
And
We need this fancy sword.
yeah, this sword is really, really important. It's super important in the story. It's the only blade that can sever immortality. Because the whole story of Sekiro is that like there are centipedes in the water, and
in the water.
it's making people immortal, and that's a problem.
Yep.
As you know, as common problem that happens.
As one does.
Yeah.
As one does.
So then we have to kind of end immortality, and I think there's a theme for a lot of the Souls games, which if you've been watching today, you've probably seen a lot of them, which is super cool. There's always this theme of like stagnancy, like stagnation, sorry, and like having to end a cycle of like death and rebirth that keeps happening. That is like sometimes framed as a good thing, but then the more you play the game, the more you realize it's a bad thing. I think you're going to see that in DS3, especially more so than Bloodborne. But yeah, in Sekiro, basically we have immortality. Everyone's kind of turning into zombies. It's taking away people's sanity, so we kind of got to end it. We got to end it. And the Mortal Blade is the only thing that can do that. Not only that, but the Mortal Blade is like the kill everything button, so we glitchless runners absolutely love it, because it means we don't need to learn the game all that well, and we can still kill people.
Ew.
I'm sorry for the
That's good to
glitchless
know.
slander.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I love all my glitchless comrades, but we all know why we run glitchless.
I'm just nodding right now.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
actually know what the what the drama is between these two parties.
It's not real drama. It's not real drama.
All right.
Okay,
I believe.
That's a beef slider.
that's a beef
Buddy.
slider.
Buddy.
We've been
We get
spotted,
spotted.
but that's okay. We're gonna grab the
They
safety
didn't.
idol.
No, we're good.
It was
Don't mind the
Yeah,
gunshots.
okay.
That's okay.
it was a prank.
It was just a joke,
Fine.
bro. It's just a prank, bro.
It was.
Why does anyone have a gun?
Oh, right. This is the part in the game where people start to have guns, which is kind of fun because we don't have one.
Kind of fun.
Yeah. So we call this the gun
Have a
fort.
grappling hook arm?
Yeah, we have a grappling hook arm, which to be fair, the other people don't have that. So I guess it's like trade-off, things like that.
Yeah.
Is a
Yeah.
Oh,
is
is
a
this where we
grapple
need
is
it?
a grapple equivalent to a gun?
I mean, it is a rope gun, isn't it? Think about that.
I guess I can't
I-
argue
Oh.
on that.
That's pretty true.
Ponder upon that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I give it up.
No, that's
Yeah,
kind of on point.
I agree with that.
And you see, the Gachin in this area, even though the Gachin makes you a little bit stealthier, it's a placebo. If they want to shoot you, they'll shoot you. If they don't want to shoot you, they
will
won't
shoot
shoot you. It just, we got a combat roll.
Like, what was that tumble?
Good roll. Good roll,
That-
guy. I see
that-
you out here.
He
I bet he
said,
thought he was in the penalty box.
he
That was.
said,
that
I'm on
was-
Homie's been
Ozmourn's
practicing.
Scenic Route
Nah,
right
truly.
now? Hold
the
up.
centipede guy. The
Centipede warning?
guy.
Listen, if you just
giraffe guy.
if the enemy sense that you're pure of heart, they just won't shoot you.
Yeah,
You're a
exactly.
part. Musume. I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
nice.
I've been proven
Yeah.
pure of heart because that guy combat rolled in front of me.
That's
Exactly.
yeah. I can't deny this. I can't deny this.
If you were concerned about that guy, that's just this long-armed centipede giraffe. Don't worry about him. He's like this all the time.
I'm worried.
He's like this all the
time.
Walmart Centipede Giraffe was the name of my band in high school.
Was it actually? I believe you. Don't answer my question. I believe you.
Warning.
Snick.
Oh, right, yeah. There's a giant
They're
snake
just saying
here.
hi.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
just saying hi.
As you can see, he can't hurt us. I want to talk about that band. What did you play in Walmart
Oh.
Centipede
Yeah.
Giraffe?
We disbanded after like one song, you know. We were trying to do like a mix
That's
of
a
like
shame.
metal and polka, and we just couldn't. We
Right.
created differences, you know.
Understandable. You had to go your separate ways. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we have your SoundCloud
still-
though for that
Lol.
one song?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll link in the
iTunes.
chat. Yeah.
Thank you, thank
What a
you.
homie. What a homie.
This is the big old death drop into a poison pit, but if you grapple at the last second, again, hashtag life hacks with Sekiro, if you fall down a really long distance, but you grapple at the last second, gravity doesn't matter. Don't try this at home.
Doesn't matter.
Don't try this at home.
I don't think anyone has a home that's like high enough to try that. So
Okay.
We don't know that.
You don't think anyone has a
This at
home?
home.
You don't think anyone in chat has a home
They said,
that is
"I
tall
don't
enough
think
for them to just
it's
fall off of?
Yeah.
yeah. If you do, put it in chat. I
If
challenge.
this at home, I would fall. Like, what do you mean?
But you just said don't try it at home, and I'm like, no, you can't try it at home because they don't have the heights to try it at home.
Right now and jumped off, I would be very injured, probably dead.
Me too.
Well, that's because we said don't try it at home,
Window.
This.
buddy.
If it went out to my window right now, I'd be cooked. What do you mean?
Oh my days. Go take care of Snake Eyes.
Right.
Snake Eyes.
Uh-huh.
The Snake Eyes fight.
It is.
This is the boss fight that I always forget about because it's gone immediately.
If things go well.
Yeah.
I mean, when things go well.
And this is the funny thing where it's like, yeah, this is like kind of like just a guy. Now, she is a lady,
Yeah,
but
just to do.
like, you know, that's just a lady. That's just a person. And it's like, we have the Mortal Blade. So it's kind of like she kind of blew up a little bit. But don't feel
Mortal
too bad
Blade.
for that boss because Snake
I
Eyes
do.
has ended a lot of my runs. She can be funny. I think a lot of bosses can be funny.
I feel like your definition of funny is very different.
Well, you know, you gotta find the humor in things and laugh.
Y'all don't laugh at my jokes half the time. Well, Pizza don't.
Well-
You do, Miss May. You're chill.
I'm rolling.
Hey, yo.
I got you. I got
I'm
you.
not.
Hey. Yeah, Pizza. I'm away.
Chicken warning.
Is that a chicken? Oh, that is a chicken.
Is it gigantic?
Yo, you see me? I didn't know.
Why is there
I
just
thought
a
it was
chicken
some
there?
sort of. I thought it was some sort of crow demon.
I thought it was a person.
Oh,
That was a chicken.
You thought that was a
I've watched
chicken.
so many hours of this. I don't look back. I don't know.
That's true. Never look back.
Why is
Hashtag
it
wisdom.
so foggy?
Because there is
London fog.
I'm so glad you asked that. There is a noble in this house here that we're about to. Oh,
Oh
whoopsie.
no.
That we're about to enter.
the hardest fight in the
Yeah, the hardest boss in the game.
Not the hardest
who is
fight
setting
in the
up an
game.
illusion
Someone
with the
said
mist.
it, and so it's a one shot and it's
fight.
over.
Okay, okay,
It's a
everybody-
one shot and it's
everybody- I
over.
have
It's
to lock it, I
done.
have to lock it.
It's
Fucking-
Oh my god.
oh my goodness, that was one MD and then
He did it,
oh
he did it,
my
he did it, he did it, he
god.
did it.
That was. I'm
10 out of 10.
sweating.
No notes.
That's a great Miss Noble right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best.
That is a-
Alonzo, you are
Thank you,
new
thank you.
here. Please join my side.
I think that is my
was
best
not
Miss
the
Noble I've
hardest
ever
one.
done. Actually, do you guys agree? I think.
Is that a gold right there?
I think that was a Miss Noble gold. It had
Deal
to
with
be.
you after this run.
This run's giving me PB vibes right now. That this, my spirit is invigorated.
We're gonna do this every single time on the couch, bro. Like it's fine. I'm done.
And we are just running here. So if you have anything else to read, feel free. Or if you have any questions.
Oh, of course. I just wanted to let everyone know about our upcoming special, Passion for Puzzles. It is a celebration of puzzle games and the speedrunners who solve them in record time. Running from April 11th to April 12th, you can check out the schedule using !puzzles command in chat and let us know on social media what you're excited to see. It's a very, very nice schedule. Amber Cyprin is the person who put that all together, and so they're going to be hosting that. They're doing an amazing job. So please go support that special this weekend. And so now I have to ask, because this is a glitchless run, what glitches exist in this game?
Well, you're about to see one right now, Alonzo. If you want to talk about what we're about to do here.
All right, so this is the Corrupted Monks. Simply put, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the monk twerk back. And how we do that is Musume's going to throw a snap seed that's going to stun the monk, and it's going to stop them from moving forward. And we're going to use Ash to push them back. It's important that we're not spotted by the monk, so that's why we go around the left side of the arena before Musume does this strat. And also a fun fact, as Musume's defeated the monk has an air death blow because of the other version of the monk that we'll encounter later on in the game at the Fountainhead Palace has a tended air death blow, and they share the same coding, which results in the same not so intended death blow.
Yep.
Did you just throw twerk in there so casually?
That was
did.
really natural.
I'm sorry, what?
10 out of 10.
Nah, like I respect
Excellent,
it.
excellent comms.
10 on 10. No
Sorry,
notes,
what?
actually. The monk
Okay.
was twerking, as you can see, because
I'm not sure what.
yeah, no notes.
What would you call
I
that?
appreciate
No
you.
notes.
What would I call it? Oh,
Don't ask Catcher what they would
twerk
call
is
it.
twerk.
Nope.
Why
We're
not?
not going there.
Why not? My
We're not
opinion
going
is
there.
valid.
No, we're not going.
Buddy,
We're not
Chat,
going
what would
there.
you
No
call
one
it?
asked.
Alright,
No one
alright,
asked that
alright.
question.
Nope, we're not going there.
Alright,
You know where we're going?
alright,
Back to
alright.
Riven Cave.
Chat, can
which
you
is
ask
why-
me? Chat, can chat ask
Ask
me?
Chat.
Please?
Don't
Can
fall,
I feel
don't fall for
seen?
the bait. Don't
Nah,
fall
listen.
for the bait, chat.
All right, buddy.
And we are going to level up our attack power here, and we're going to do a little safety thing. Well, we've already done it. So we did level up our health.
Easy.
You do have to collect 4 prayer beads in order to level up your health. And prayer beads can be found around the world, but it can also be dropped by bosses. And so we happen to have 4 in this speedrun. Now, most optimal routes will never actually upgrade their health because, you know, don't need health if you don't get hit. However,
Just don't
That's
get
what I
hit.
tell pizza.
That
I
easy.
get hit. I get hit.
yeah. What
Couldn't be me.
on PB paces, I don't upgrade my health, but we're in a marathon. A little bit of health never hurt anybody. We have the beads.
I'm
We have
saying.
time.
That's what I'm saying. Also, you said around the world. Did y'all see 80 Days Around the World? The one with Jackie Chan in that, John?
I have not seen that.
They went to. Oh, that's a. At this point, I think it's like a cult classic. I guess I don't know, man. Like
I haven't seen
I
a lot of the
sometimes
cult
wonder if it
classics.
existed.
Yeah.
It's
Guardian
a fun
Ape.
movie. Yeah, Guardian Ape, a hardworking man.
Yep. Hardworking man.
He's married.
He's a married man. Did you? Fun fact about Sekiro. Did you know Garden Ape is a married man?
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who is this ape married to?
Oh.
It's just
Guardian
barrel rolled away.
Yeah, he kind of. We were doing a stagger loop, and then he kind of.
He didn't want to be
Unstaggered.
staggered.
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
And look, that's why we got that. Oh, that's
Did we
why we
get
got the
health
health
He didn't.
upgrade.
He didn't
Look,
like us
look.
talking about his wife.
keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
No, literally. Oh, he. Oh.
My fault. What is he?
We're gonna pretend that's not happening. Don't worry about it. He didn't throw
You
anything.
know, I was thinking about it, and
Talk to
Musma
me.
was talking about prayer beads, and she
Yeah.
was just playing Silk Song.
Oh,
Is it?
No, we're back to Silk Song again.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
he looks like Kratos,
Because,
bro.
because Rosary.
Sorry.
Say you did it, GG.
Yeah, we did it.
With Guardian 8.
Fight's
Nice
done.
Guardian 8
It's done. All right.
We
Well,
did it.
I suppose we should walk away from
did
here.
it.
That's the
Yeah,
snake.
let's
The
leave.
snake is there.
Yeah.
Snake.
I've never known that.
Ooh.
Oh my god, the boss is getting back up. Oh no, what are we gonna
Do we caterpillar warning or no? Not yet.
Centipede
You
warning.
can just do that?
Why do I keep saying caterpillar
I don't know.
every run?
Where is his brain
Yeah,
if
you
not
can
in
just
his
do
head?
Actually,
In his
on
head, in his hand.
on the stump in his neck. So you see me jumping and doing mortal draws. That's me going for headshots. Actually,
Oh.
you can
I see.
headshot the ape,
that
but
head.
you have to hit the stump,
Yeah.
which
You
is
have to hit
quite
the
funny.
stump. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not
At
a
a certain
graphic game
angle.
at all.
The headshots are very
Centipede
difficult to get.
That's so gross.
This is
Yeah.
not a graphic game.
Oh, I
at
see.
all.
I understand.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why I stared at it for so long. You were actually supposed to run away ASAP for speed. But I was mesmerized by the centipede.
We were just
Mesmerized. It's wild.
But that's
Oh,
the Guardian Ape.
those are the what were they? Walmart something centipede.
Yeah.
Centipede
Walmart,
Yeah.
the Walmart centipede giraffe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Walmart centipede giraffe.
That was the
I hear them
drummer.
coming back.
Gosh.
I hear the reunion is coming.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
wait.
really?
Can't wait for the comeback
It's the
album.
At my
centipedes
local
that make you
at your local VFW.
the centipedes that make you immortal. They're putting.
Yeah. You know, their music is
It's kind of how like it's kind of how like the water is making the frogs gay, but
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the water is making the centipedes
Rewind.
immortal.
What?
Yep.
water is making the centipedes immortal. Oh god.
that.
No, that's the best.
Wait.
I'm pretty sure that's the debut album, right? That's the title of the debut album.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, right now you see all these people dressed in pink. I really like their outfits. They are evil though. They have taken over because Sekiro's adopted father, Great Shinobi Owl, has kind of colluded with them in order to usurp Ashina and take Ashina from, I guess the Ashina family.
The Ashina. Yeah. Right. Like,
Yeah. So then, our father is waiting at the top of Ashina Castle, and he's going to give us a choice. And this is the pivotal choice that differentiates Shura and Immortal Severance. In Shura, you would simply say, "Yes, Papa," and then you would betray. You would betray the shinobi. The
Say
shinobi
yes,
oath.
you know, like a liar.
Yeah, exactly. Like a liar and a terrible person. Now, in Immortal Severance Glitchless, you say, absolutely not. I'm gonna go become my own person, and I'm not gonna be evil.
He's such a big dude.
He's gigantic.
Yeah.
And now we gotta fight him. So this is Great Shinobi Owl, our Papa. So our strategy for the Owl is the same thing that we did for Genji that Pizza highlighted earlier. However, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try and draw him to this other door. And the reason why we do that is because his dead angle, the aka door tech, is a bit more generous than Genji, so we don't need to face him as far away as we did in the last one. And we continue hitting him even though because there's a 5th strike on his hitbox. And soon we're going to be coming upon our phase 2.
Yeah, so you saw me do that little turnaround for Genichiro earlier because Genichiro will actually deflect the 5th hit because of the angle from which it comes. But Owl, you know, he's a little thicker. He can't really deflect it. This counts as a dead angle. He got a thicker hitbox, what can I say?
Hey. Sorry.
Heyo.
We pop the sugar for a little bit more damage, and we just go back, rinse, repeat.
And again, as you can see from the top left, we got a vitality kill, so a health kill on him. And that's why...
Did you just say Papa Sugar? What?
Pop H. Oh,
Nah, not the
Pop A sugar, not Papa sugar.
I was like, what?
Glucose Guardian activated.
I think I'm gonna call
But I think we just
Shinobi
renamed
Owl Papa Sugar from now on. So thank you for
Papa
that.
Sugar is absurd, bro.
I think I'm gonna call him Papa Sugar from now on. Thank you. Yeah, no, I love that actually.
Deep lore.
Also, I think whenever Wolf pops a sugar, he kind of looks like a diva.
Yeah, he kind of strikes a
Does it?
pose,
A little
doesn't
bit
he?
pose. Yeah.
So
Heaven forbid a man takes his candy like a diva.
no, we're saying we love it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Pizza said
Don't
heaven
forbid that heaven.
Never mind.
Oh.
Goofy.
I'm innocent.
Right here, we're doing a bunch of exposition, which is, you know, I'm sure they're saying really important stuff.
This is the menus portion of the run.
Yep. This split is called dialogue.
On the scale of parkour to menus, this is very menus right now.
Yeah, very menus. Games are either menus or parkour.
But it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum.
It is, yes, it's a spectrum.
Exactly.
We are on the menu side. We've done a lot of exposition there. Who knows what they're talking about over there? I don't know. We have subtitles off because in this game, when you have subtitles off, and this doesn't matter what language you do it in. People used to think it was only in Japanese, but you could do it in any language. When you turn off your subtitles, you can do dialogues and then skip the dialogue midway through after you've gotten like what you need out of it. And the game thinks that you've completed that tree of dialogue and will give you whatever story progression / item that you would have gotten out of it. But if you have subtitles on, you do have to complete the entire chain of dialogue. So it is like objectively faster to run without subtitles.
Leaving when you get what you want.
That's
It's
so
also a
strange.
strat that works in real life, but it does come at the cost of like
Yeah.
being a
What are
terrible
these
person.
bad life hacks we are giving
Yeah.
people?
Hashtag life hacks.
Oh my god.
Tonight on
no.
GDQ.
No one said they were
No.
Of all of
never
the
said they were bad life hacks.
of all of the strats that we've seen this run, that one does work in real life, but
actually
you will
does work.
come with consequences.
You will lose some relationships.
Mileage may vary.
He does look like a diva. Wait.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Nah, I see you, buddy. Oh. Anyway, sorry. This is Corrupted Monk, true Corrupted Monk, because we don't do no falsities around these parts. Crap, my notes. We gotta.
Stop twerking. Disappointing.
Yeah, she don't twerk.
Yeah, this one doesn't
Yeah.
work,
Okay.
but we still do something pretty funny with her.
Still got a thick hitbox. Wait, do we? You've been using funny weirdly. I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, so we're fighting.
No, this is actually funny.
How is any of
No, this part, look. So if you played Sekiro before, you probably know about this, but if you didn't, guess what? You can take out her face too by going up on that branch. This is a pretty commonly known thing.
Centipede warning.
Oh, is it now? Oh, it is now. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was gonna just walk that off. Okay, no, she did
Well-
walk it off. Never mind.
The
no,
centipede
yeah,
walked it off.
Just
The
stop.
centipede walked it off.
Not the monk.
Unfortunately.
Oh, I forgot that the water mixes centipedes immortal. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about those gay frogs, by the way. Anyways.
Ouch.
Oh, that was an attack? Yeah. Wait, why is our health so little all of a sudden? Oh, because of the...
Yeah, because of the Yashiriku sugar. So the Yashiriku
Yes.
sugar is a... This death blow is so gross. But
I looked too closely at it during practice, and I have so many regrets.
Yeah, Pizza and I were talking during practice. It was a very funny moment. We went, hey,
funny.
yeah, because we were talking about her screams, right? Because her screams are pretty wild. And we were like, hey, do you think that the centipede like takes over her vocal cords during that? And then we were like, does she even have vocal cords? Because where the centipede comes out from? And then I looked down at the boss's neck, and we looked at the boss's throat, and we did not like what we saw.
We got the answer,
immediately
and
regretted
I
it.
learned that I didn't want the answer.
My question is, like, do the centipedes do anything other than make you immortal, or are they just there?
Good question.
They make you cooler?
And how? And
I'm sorry.
Fish warning.
That-
Fish warning.
That's the
Define
answer you
cooler.
went with.
Oh, we're being pushed by the fish a little bit? That's fine.
Is that a good thing? That's not okay.
Thanks for the
Where am I?
fish.
Oh, okay.
Where
Fine.
am I is absurd. Oh.
Usually the fish doesn't push me there, but okay. This is a weird fountainhead skip. Oh, that's fine. That went as planned.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how fountainhead skip should look, it should look exactly like this. So what we did there is we ended up skipping the entirety of Fountainhead Palace, basically, in order to just get to the area boss. The lightning that kind of hit me in the back was the Okami leader Shizu, who is a mini boss that stands up on the palace and that shoots lightning at you in order to stop you from like just swimming through the area, so that you have to go all the way around and take her out before you can freely explore the area. But the skip that I just did, you basically go underwater at a very specific timing. You have to count your swims and everything in order to not get hit by lightning, basically.
Lightning guys are rude.
Again, why does he feel the need to open the
Absolutely.
door all the way? Is he not in a rush?
Okay.
You know?
Diva. We already established.
Yeah, true.
Close to diva.
Sekiro has some diva tendencies.
Impressive entrance.
If you or a loved one suffer from diva tendencies, you may be eligible for angel compensation.
Please
Call this number.
Call the number on your screen right now.
Doors
Yeah.
opening up very slowly.
Yeah, I was just making sure I've consumed all my battle memories. And yeah, the way this game works is you level up by just consuming the battle memories of the memory bosses that you beat. So you don't level up in the conventional Souls means. But we're about to fight the Divine Dragon.
Where do we go? Where are we?
We are in the Divine Realm. That's exactly it. Where we're fighting this spirit of a dragon.
That has flutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my bad. I should have known.
Yeah,
Sorry.
of course. I mean, everyone knows about the
dragon.
spirit realm of the dragons. I go there every
This
Sunday.
is the Doot Doot boss.
You go there every Sunday? Are you implying that
That's
church is the
wild.
spirit realm of the dragons?
This is basically like church for dragons. Yes, yeah. No,
You know what?
everyone
Yeah.
knows that. Yeah.
And that's the
bring your
furthest
own
I'm going to
flute.
take that joke on air.
Love that. Oh, we didn't reach. We didn't quite reach, but
That's the
okay.
most you're getting out of me while we're live.
Might ask you about that later. This is a really difficult fight, so I am just gonna lock in and pray to get good RNG.
Let's go. While
Yeah,
we're doing
so-
that, it's you're doing
ahead.
pizza. Go.
Nope,
Oh, no.
go.
Mine's completely random, bro.
Now I want to know what it is.
Okay, apparently it's International Asexual Day or what was
It is.
It is.
But you didn't know. Shout outs to the Ace Twins out there.
Shout outs to all my ace homies.
Let's go.
Let's go. So that's that.
Okay, we do get blasted by RNG lightning. That lightning is literally RNG. You might get hit by it, you might not.
You know, technically, lightning in real life is also RNG.
That's true. Like,
That is
imitates
actually
art, I
very
suppose.
Yeah.
That is very true.
But if lightning never strikes twice, and in this one shadows die twice, how does that work?
Which one is true then?
Well, you didn't die by the lightning twice, did you? That's just unlucky.
So are you invincible to lightning for the rest of the run since you got struck once?
I thought
you
there was
know
lightning
what?
there.
That's a valid question.
I mean, you
Is
can
that like
survive a
Double Jeopardy?
lightning strike.
Yeah,
People
that's true.
have.
Yeah, which is a wild. Oh, he's staring at us again.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
this has
didn't like that.
gotten a bit funny.
Yeah.
It's gotten a bit funny.
All the bosses are being funny today.
silly.
Let's hope I don't get hit
Yeah.
again. That would be funny. There we go. The rest of this fight is basically an auto scroller, but I will be drinking my gourd because, like Lonzo said, the first shadow is free. But if you look at the bottom left of my screen, I have expended my free shadow.
It's looking a little expensive.
In this economy, you can't afford another shadow, so we are
What is
gonna.
economy?
Can I just say, like, I know that like parrying is a huge thing in Souls, like, but I feel like there are some things that it's like you should not be able to parry this.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, like this.
This is
Yeah.
wild.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a separate take, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that you should be allowed to parry everything.
That's like
because we have our grappling call arm.
that's like in Resident Evil 9, Leon can
Oh,
just
yeah.
parry a car thrown at him.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
I agree with
A
that.
car?
Yeah, if Leon gets like a car thrown at him, he can just parry it.
As long as you have your little hatchet out, you can parry a car. Yep. Did you know that, chat? You can, as long as you have a hatchet, you can parry a car.
I'm gonna look
Eye
away
warning.
from the
That works in real life.
Eye
Go
warning,
try it.
eye warning, eye warning.
That one works IRL 100% of the time. Don't try
Now-
this at home. Don't try this at
Please
home.
don't try this.
Don't.
That one doesn't work.
The only one you should try was the conversation
No, it does
one.
not.
You know what? You know, you're right. Everyone was fine. I got into a car crash when I was like 19, and you
Oh,
know what?
God.
It's on me for not parrying with the right time.
Yeah, should have parried the car.
What?
Should have better
Is
parry
this what we're
timing.
talking? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
No, that's just a quick time event. It's just a quick time event.
That's true. Yeah.
Exactly.
What is this?
Isn't all of driving technically a quick time event?
Yeah.
No, that's real.
With the way
much.
people
Actually,
drive,
yes.
Much.
with the way people like
No,
to
you-
drive, yes, it is. Chat, are people good drivers in your city? No one's gonna
No.
say yeah. No one's gonna.
I was
say
gonna
yeah.
say no one's in. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
Hey, look, another door.
Yeah,
Let's
and
go
look,
and see how we do this
pizza.
one.
These are your favorite people.
This
We call
door
these two the lunch break homies.
My lunch break home.
There's two homies back here. I won't stab them. I won't stab them
gonna
because
kill
we don't have time, and also because I like them.
She's
They're having their lunch
gonna
break. Look,
silent.
they're having their lunch break together.
Shout out to those homies.
Love that for them.
You're a good.
It's the only time they get to see each other.
Are
Exactly.
we back in the beginning of the game?
Yeah, this is the tutorial area actually, but this time we have a grappling hook and
I never.
some power.
And we can run. How?
You know,
I
no,
mean-
catcher. Not too much on catcher. I'm pretty sure it was like my fifth run, or like I'd been speedrunning for a long time by then, and I was streaming this, and people who watch me speedrun this can attest. And I went, "Is this the tutorial?" People were like, "Yes." So yeah, you know what, catcher? I feel you. But we are heading.
I'm in a suit.
We are heading to the final fight of the game, which is going to be a 4-phase fight.
That's too many phases.
That is way too many, which is why I'm going to lock in and simply try to make it through this.
Let's go. So the first thing that she did was, I think, I was drinking the gourd to get a Mercury counter for free. I don't remember. But regardless, when we get here, I would think of peanut butter because I was rudely interrupted when I was talking about crunchy peanut butter the first time we came here. Don't of course be pizza. Anyways, this is Genichiro. Yeah, he's back for vengeance, and like Musume said, it's 4 phases.
But
Honestly,
he's
there's a
gone.
lot of fighting.
Look,
Well, so Genichiro's dead now, and now an old man is going to literally erupt from outside of the body of his grandson, I believe it is.
yeah, so
And-
right now we're fighting Ishin Ashina, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but what has basically happened is that first shadow's free.
Being rude.
Second shadow is also free. Look at that.
Oh, second shadow is free. Okay, look at that.
When you're like a premium member, you sometimes get an extra
When
shadow.
you're a premium
Not it's pay to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all
Life
this is.
imitates art.
Lol.
When you have a sugar papa, you get
It's Papa Sugar, isn't it?
No, I feel like it's a subscription model that kind of works the way that like Discord Nitro boosts work, where like there's like you can
sugar as a service.
yeah, exactly. You can like
service.
Oh my.
like there's the base price, but then for every like additional boost you want, you have to pay a little bit more. For every additional shadow you
That
want to
Nitro
die.
works? Buddy. Oh my gosh.
I still
Wait.
think that you should be able to like drop kick him off the cliff. I'm gonna be so.
I
real
agree with
you.
that. Doesn't
There's
he have a
whole
gun?
Cliff. Yeah, he does.
He does. We
got
do
a gun.
interrupt the gun moves with a mortal draw, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
How have we not thought of that? Just pushing everyone off a cliff, easy.
That would be kind of sick. There are games that let you do that, but not for bosses, I guess. My guy with the lightning. Thank
Actually,
you.
we are hoping for
We want
lightning
it.
because that does a lot of posture damage. And there we
Yeah, I just
go.
saw.
We have taken out
That
Ishin
he's-
Ashina, or Ishin the
That's a
Swordsman,
he's?
who has 3 whole phases. This is a boss that causes people a lot of trouble in casual playthroughs. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
It took me 5 hours to beat Lonzo.
Only 5 hours? You cracked, bro.
That was clean.
Thank you, thank you.
Say,
That was clean.
Clean
hit him with the
pipe.
red lightsaber.
Bang.
Aye, aye.
And now we take out the Sword Saint, who was our last obstacle to us ending immortality. The whole story's really complicated. If you want to know about it, play the game. I swear it's a good game.
It's still on the ground somewhere.
The child is on the ground. We do have
He has a name, bro.
yeah, what's
Bro.
his name? Catcher.
Not the
What's his name?
child. Bro,
That's what I
bro.
thought.
Child.
And
I
time's
know.
gonna be
I read.
in
Huh.
3, 2, 1, and time.
GG.
Bro, your countdown was so anyways.
I know, I forgot to.
GG.
Buddy.
Go.
Thank you.
Start playthrough number 2 now. Okay.
Yeah,
Right now.
hey, run it
Do it.
back.
Right now.
Yo, it's me with Kana, bro.
Exactly, you get it.
Offline run back.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you so much for that run. That was absolutely amazing. I know people loved it in chat. Do you know what was your final time? RTA was 51:35.
Oh, yeah, let's take a look. That is a 49:36. Not too shabby.
That's good. That's real good. Yeah.
Let's go.
But yes, thank you so much to Musume and of course your commentary crew for being here. And so I will give you all the floor for just a minute if y'all want to shout out whatever you want to shout out before we head on over to our next run. But the floor is yours. I say what you want to say.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today. That was a whole lot of fun. Super happy to make my debut on the Scenic Route with one of my favorite runs to show off, Immortal Severance Glitchless. It's just so pretty near the end. Even though it is kind of an RNG fest near the end, I always like to show it because I think it's really cool. So yeah, I want to give a big old shout out to Black in a Flash, who, like I said, my speedrun journey would not have started without Black in a Flash. I want to give a big shout out to GDQ. I want to give a big shout out to all the wonderful tech wizards who always manage to make everything work. Big shout out to Ozmourn for inviting me on the show. It was a blast. I'm so glad we got to do this. Yeah. And then shout out to the Sekiro speedrunning community as well, because they're amazing and are always so helpful and are always so nice. And yeah, I basically stream Sekiro and some Silksong every now and then.
And Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, and Cult of the Lamb soon, allegedly.
Really?
Shouldn't it be Valito?
Yeah, on Wednesdays over at Twitch. I'm gaming Musume on every platform. So if you enjoyed this run, maybe catch some of my other streams where I will be speedrunning and doing variety stuff and lots of fun stuff. And also shout out to my couch for being here with me. Thank you so much.
Hey. Do we do shouts as well or we're done? I don't know.
No, you get it.
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you
We got time? Oh, okay.
commentary
Crap.
crew.
I asked that question like I had an outro. Hey everybody, I'm Catcher once again. Thank you for being here. I don't stream or do anything. Leave me alone, pizza. But like, yeah, it's always fun to be on the couch with the homies and to just commentate about a game that I've never played and I never will play. And,
Catcher
yeah,
can beat Hades in like 8 minutes, by the way. Anyway.
True.
7 minutes and 17 under
there we
road
go.
with the
Hades
staff.
too.
Oh,
right.
we're sorry.
Yep.
Thank you.
Catcher's a
Anyways, Lonzo.
speedrunner.
Confirm.
Lonzo, go.
Hey everyone, I'm Lanza Gonzo. Thanks GDQ for having Musume on. Musume, thanks for having me on the couch and to my couch mates. I stream here over on Twitch. You can find me mostly on Fridays where I just do some variety games. I'm also part of the Twitch Latin Guild. So shouts to the Twitch Latin Guild as well. Thanks.
Twitch Latin Guild, my goat.
Yeah.
Hey. And then I'm Pizza Yeti. Thank you to Musume, GDQ, and Black and the Flash for having me again. It's always fun getting to join and be on the couch for this run. You can catch me on Twitch playing a lot of indie games and just kind of hanging out. And also trying to convince Musume to speedrun Hollow Knight and play Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Pizza also can beat Hades in 8 minutes or 7 or something like that. So yeah.
Nope.
It was like 8.
That's
That sounds really
inaccurate.
fast.
No,
Sounds super
That's pretty fast.
something
I think that
we should
must
see.
be a different pizza.
Sounds almost like a
that you're
speedrun.
thinking about.
Sounds
Nah.
What's that?
Yeah, what's that? I don't know. Beats me.
I've never heard of one. All right. Any last words before we head out for the night?
Thank you. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this and stick around for the next couple of runs. They're gonna be so fun, super fun at Soulsborne Day. So yeah.
Of course, Lonzo Gonzo, were you able to say what you wanted to say before we head out?
Yeah, of course. I'm all good. Thanks.
All right, beautiful. All right. With that being said, y'all, thank you so much for Hello, everyone. My name is Ozmourn. I hope you all have been having a wonderful night. I have, because these runs have been absolutely amazing tonight. You know, we had an amazing episode of Perilous Paths before this with Constance and Elden Ring. It's pretty much almost Soulsborne's all night as well with this episode of the Scenic Route. You saw Sekiro's Shadows die twice, and so please give another amazing round of applause for Musume that did an amazing run on that. And of course, now we have Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 lined up for you after that run. And to start us off, well, how rude of me. Before I say that, let me just say happy World Table Tennis Day. That is a real holiday, and it is today. So if you are a table tennis player, happy World Table Tennis Day to you. With that being said, we are going to go straight into this next run. It is Bloodborne, any percent current patch restricted, which is a category that you may or may not have seen before on the GDQ channel. I know that of course, Bloodborne has been on before, but mostly it's any percent glitchless. You're probably wondering why not have glitchless on this one, but of course, restricted is kind of like the no major glitches equivalent for the Bloodborne community. And so here we have Genzo running any percent current patch restricted. So Genzo, please take it away.
Hey guys, I'm Genso. Obviously speedrun Bloodborne, and yeah, just excited to show off this run. Hasn't probably been showed off in a little while. So it's probably been optimized a little bit, not too many huge changes. But yeah, just excited to dive in.
I'm excited to see it. So you were ready to start whenever you want.
Ready to go. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good luck and have fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So explain restricted here. I'm interested, but of course, if you need to go into an explanation there.
Yeah, so restricted really just, aside from a few like parkour type skips that just kind of save and streamline the run, there's not too many crazy things going on in terms of glitches. A lot of things that we classify as glitches in Bloodborne and a lot of other games would probably or potentially not at all be considered a glitch. There is a little bit of out of bounds stuff, but nothing too crazy. So we wake up on the clinic table and we've come to Yharnam. Our character's sick, and we heard about the healing blood, so came here in search of that. And after our transfusion, we've now been told to seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. So we're off to take on some eldritch horrors.
As one does, naturally.
As one does when they wake up after a kind of shady blood transfusion.
That's what I do when I wake up from a surgery in the hospital. I go out and I hunt for eldritch horrors.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, coming up here to the first lamp. This is where we need to get our weapon. Actually, the best weapon in the game is given to you right at the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up here.
I am curious. I was comparing the leaderboards and the different types of any percent runs that there are, and of course any percent glitchless and any percent restricted for the current patch. It only has a time discrepancy of 3 to 4 minutes, but any percent has a time discrepancy of an additional 10 minutes. So I am curious as to just how much is restricted per se.
So any percent old patch, it really is old patch, meaning you have to have a copy of the disc from launch. Any other copies come with I think it's patch 1.07, and so a lot of those skips and the tech in that run is locked out. It was patched out when the game came out, so it's hard to explain in this sense, but basically we can skip even going in this direction at all and just go straight to ROM, which is halfway through the game, right at the beginning. So that's kind of what you're seeing there. But yeah, coming up to the first skip here, it's really just some parkour. I'm going to jump onto this fence, and the game's going to store my position on top of the fence, since that was the last place I touched. And when I come back in, I should be standing on the fence. And this is going to let me skip the entire sewer segment, which is 40 or so seconds.
What about the skip is skipping that segment exactly?
So normally you would cross that bridge there behind me, and it leads into the sewer. There's a ladder behind me there where you would come up. you wind through there and you would come out exactly where I am right now. That's actually pretty bad right there for that guy to attack. He almost never does that.
Why don't you debate in chat, y'all, if you considered what Genzo did there, like that skip, a glitch or not? Because I can see a bit of an argument for both ways, personally.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be the real contention of this category. It was just like, is that really a glitch?
Basically, our definition of glitchless is just more or less just did the developer intend for this to be the way the game was played.
That's fair. So tell me about this, I am assuming a boss that you are fighting right now.
Yeah, so Gascoigne is actually probably the toughest boss in the run.
Really? 4 minutes in?
Yeah, he is the biggest roadblock for almost every runner, so I got a little bit of trolling from him there. He mostly just likes to waste time by doing attacks that you can't do anything with. So, able to get past him there. He's actually probably the heaviest reset point for most runners.
Yeah, just like in Sekiro, like you just have to open the door all the way. You can't just like skip through, squeeze through. You have to make a dramatic entrance every time.
Every single time, that's right. Bloodborne's unique in the sense that we do not do quit outs on doors. And that's primarily because since this is locked to console, other games have tools that allow them to skip the logos when they return to the menu.
I see what you're
Since
saying.
we don't have that, and the game starts with 3 doors that you have to open in succession, it would be like an additional minute every time runner resets.
Yeah.
So obviously not very good, not very conducive for resetting. It's not fun for the runner. It's not fun for the audience. And so we just have like a sweeping rule that quit outs on doors are banned for Bloodborne. So yeah, actually coming up to one of the most dangerous and notorious mob areas in the entire game is these 2 dogs accompanied with this guy with the gun. When you open this door, sometimes this dog can do that, and yeah, it's a mess. It is. It is definitely one of the moments in Bloodborne speedrunning ever. So.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah. So they can actually hit you right here too. I'm just going to go ahead and quit out because they've sort of mauled me a little bit already.
Fair.
And that will move them back to their original positions.
I am curious. When I had initially reached out, I asked Genzo to run any percent glitchless, and then he proposed that we do restricted because not only, of course, there is some sort of aspect of like restricting the glitches same way as you would do with like no major glitches, but you described like the glitchless run as like a very like marathon unsafe run. Why is that? I'm curious.
So yeah, a couple of years ago, I would have told you that would be a great run to run in a showcase, but the route that's considered the most popular has changed dramatically, and it starts off with Cleric Beast now, which is a fight that can be very volatile. The boss just kind of does its own thing. You do charge attacks, and sometimes if you don't get the fast moves that interrupt your charge attacks, then it's great because he dies really fast, and you can progress. But sometimes if he wants to, he just kind of goes nuts. And if he kills you there, then the run is basically over.
I see what you're saying.
There's not really, it's very dependent on having Molotovs and consumables. So I'm going to do another parkour skip here. Just jump off this. I'm going to bounce off the building and land right here. This is slightly out of bounds, but really it's just all parkour. It lets you skip all of this segment. And I'm going to attempt to show off a skip here. If it doesn't work out, then I'm just going to quit out. If this enemy follows you, it doesn't work out, but looks like he's going to let me. And that may or may not have worked out. You're supposed to land on the sandbag. I'm trying to store position on the upper sandbag there. Basically, the way that these games work, it saves your last stored position on stable ground, what the game classifies as stable ground. The sandbags do not count as stable ground. So if you land on the sandbags and you don't touch the ground, then you would spawn. Well, see, it didn't happen. But yeah. it would allow me to spawn back on that ledge up there, which does save a few seconds in game time. It's not particularly a big deal.
No, I totally get you. Do we put on a shirt at any point during this run? I just noticed.
Well, I actually took it off because I was going to take too much fall damage there. Your fall damage is linked to how many pieces of equipment you're wearing, so I didn't have enough health to survive the fall. If I would have had the armor on when I jumped from the rooftop, it would have killed me, so I had to take the armor off briefly. Armor's actually not a very important thing in Bloodborne speedruns because we don't typically get hit by the bosses. We kind of have all the boss fights down to a science.
That's very, I mean, I can imagine with a game like Bloodborne and how many people are like on this type of game and on all the runs or Souls runs in general, that like that kind of optimization is just going to come naturally with how many eyes are on it, how many people run it. I know you grind a lot, so.
Yeah, so honestly, there's not really much for me to say about BSB because she's already gone. It's a pretty quick fight. She can do a few things that can troll you a little bit, but for the most part, she sort of behaves. Back to what I was saying about the armor, though. The biggest and most important item in any speedrun for Bloodborne are the Beast Blood pellets, which you saw me consume before that fight. You picked those up just before it. What those allow us to do is to increase our damage multiplicatively by up to 80% as we stack the bar. So the more transformation attacks you do, the higher it stacks the bar. And once we get it up to a certain point, we're doing 80% multiplicative damage, which is huge. That's
that
insane
is huge.
Damage boost.
80%? My goodness.
Yeah. So it starts at 10 and goes all the way up to 80%. Yeah. So your armor, what armor you're wearing, affects your beasthood value. Your beasthood value is how long the bar can get. So the longer the bar, the more beasthood. So we have to wear the armor for the beasthood. We don't wear it for the defense.
Of course.
So here I'm going to take everything off again because we don't have to do any fighting, and I'm just going to save a little bit of fall damage here.
Interesting how you have less fall damage the less things you wear.
Yeah, and that's actually true across all Souls games. That's not just Bloodborne.
Oh, really?
So the more equipment, yeah, everything in this engine, correct, yeah. So Demon Souls, Dark Souls, not Dark Souls 2, it's a different engine. Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring. All these games share this fall damage being linked to your equipment.
Interesting. I genuinely didn't know that. Although that does explain why every single Souls run that I see, the person is like shirtless the whole run, as much of the run as possible.
There could be various reasons for that depending on the run, but for this in particular, I'm just taking off for the fall damage. There's only one running speed in this game, so I'm going to do a pretty big skip right here. I'll explain here in just a second. We're going to trigger a death cam by landing on this fence right there. So the game thinks that I'm falling to my death right now because it triggered the death cam, but I actually landed inbounds, which is going to deload a door that normally you would have to have a password to. The password's just a story bit. You have to kill Amelia, and the game gives you a password, opens the door. But the door's going to deload. The door's deloaded right now. It leads to Forbidden Woods.
Whoa.
So right now I have tank controls. I can't really...
If this is restricted,
really
I'm scared of what unrestricted looks like.
Yeah, so all of the walls are still there. I just can't see actually where I'm going. I mean,
so like you're still inbounds, but like you can't see it.
Yes,
okay.
all of this is inbounds. Yes, I just can't really see everything. The textures are deloaded, and the door that normally blocks the bottom of these steps here is deloaded. So I'm going to walk through it, and then I'm going to quit out so we can actually play the game with some semblance of where we're going.
Because like when I was watching that, I'm just like, did you just go out of bounds, or like are you clipping out of something?
So all
like,
of that is inbounds. Yeah,
it's just
so
camera
work. We
triggered
triggered a camera that just deloaded some in-game assets. It's pretty interesting. We don't get to see that really in any other run. They do it in all trophies for this same reason, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So here I don't have much HP. I need to be careful. Enemies kind of mauled me a little bit, so a little low on healing. I'm gonna pick these up too, and we're finally going to actually level up for the first time and upgrade our weapon.
Oh, we've been just had base
So
level
all this has
whole
been with the
time?
base level character that I started the game with.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so this is the first leveling point, and this run is pretty tight on resources, but it's all manageable. I'm actually going to pick up some heals because I have none. And most of these are just going to be to heal off fall damage. So we're going to get the weapon to +4. I'm going to slot this gem that I picked up when I was in the death cam. And just look away if this bothers you. This tends to bother people. But there's a reason for why we kill the doll. We need to kill the doll because if you speak to her even a single time, she will teleport randomly around the dream from that moment on. Every time you return, she will be in a different spot. And we don't want to look for her. We want her to be right there every time. So as long as we never speak to her, we can use her to level up without having to play Where's Waldo. So I'm going to do another little skip here. This is going to skip a massive amount of... So I actually went through the wall there. There's nothing loaded there. This is normally where a shortcut is. And I'm going to land on a small segment there where you can actually land and not die. And yeah, we're going to skip...
Wait, they're just not loaded in? How do you mean?
No, there's nothing there. It just looks like there is.
Oh, so there's no collision there at all?
No collision on the side of that building. No. So
Okay.
if you do some pretty precise parkour, you can get down here to the end of this area, skip the entire running segment, which is about
I
2 or 3
will
minutes.
say that like the biggest debate I think ever when it comes to like glitchless runs is stuff like that, where it's just like you technically shouldn't like in the most like specific sense of the word, like you technically shouldn't be able to like walk through something,
Right.
But the devs just don't have like they just don't have collision there. And
Right,
so
yeah, there's
is it
no
like
collision there
really
whatsoever.
is it really like a glitch on your part, or is it just like are we just exploiting something that like the devs forgot about kind of thing?
Yeah, so that's the same thing I'm going to do
that's
right
the
here,
biggest
actually. So none of this has collision. This is out of bounds. This is right outside the boss arena for Shadows of Yharnam. And yeah, I'm going to move through here, and we're going to start the fight. So that you saw their health bars, I'm going to quit out. And what this does, the reason why we do this, and we don't just go immediately into the fight, is because they're active right now. They're moving when their health bars came up. But what it also does when you quit out in any boss that you've been in, it spawns a fog wall. And the fog wall at that point dictates their AI activating. So because I'm outside the arena, and this is definitely a glitch, no doubt. So they're inactive right now because the only thing that would activate them is the fog wall.
I see. This
Lets us fight the shadows very, very simply.
This is the one thing in the run that's without a doubt a glitch, but it's okay. We can have it as a treat. It's all right. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, we actually do this in every category except for glitchless.
I keep looking at the leaderboards and I see that unrestricted is 5 minutes faster than this, and like true any percent is like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, if this is restricted, I'm like scared to see what like the even glitchier categories look like. My goodness.
Well, I was going to. So we're going to move down here. This is probably the worst boss, maybe the worst boss in Soul's history.
The worst boss in Soul's history. That's a very bold claim you're making. What's
It
happening
is.
here?
I have a good reason, though. This boss is surrounded by 30 ads, and all of the ads do more damage than the final boss. So these ads have one-shot attacks, multiple one-shot attacks, and stun lock that is very hard to escape. So it's a potentially very precarious situation. It's not the boss itself, it's the fact that there are so many ads and how much damage they do.
I see what you're saying.
So we're gonna start the fight here with a big combo. And we're gonna get out of the way because all this stuff is very dangerous. And all we
If you're arachnophobic, you can go away. You can look away for a bit. You're
this boss
arachnophobic.
makes me arachnophobic.
Yeah, I'm not even scared of spiders, but sometimes when some developers like to depict spiders in games like the creepiest way possible, and it does make me a little arachnophobic. Bring me back to the tarantula in Mario Galaxy. That's the most I can handle, really.
Yeah, so Rom's gonna move to a set location here. I'm gonna check. I'm trying to check where. It's probably gonna be over here. Oh, well, it's right here.
I see. Very good guesstimation.
And this is getting a little bit out of control here.
No worries. If you need some serious time, we can give it to you.
Okay. All right, so that is not exactly how that's supposed to go, but got through it.
We got through it. That's the important part. This run has a lot more quitting out and going back into the game than I remembered it when I was doing my research for it for some reason.
Well, the reason why I quit out there is because if you quit out, it spawns you a lot closer to where she is if you don't get warped immediately.
Fair.
If you don't, she spawns pretty far away, and then you'd have to run all the way there, so it's a little bit better for brevity's sake to just do it that way.
That's fair. Yeah. You mind if I read out an announcement real quick?
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm just going to be moving back to the Dream here to pick up a couple of things.
Of course, of course. I just wanted to let everyone know that if you are looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop for upcoming events. You can chat with staff and do a lot more there, as well as chat with the other people who love Hotfix. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more info. And so back to the run here, I am curious of what your history is with Bloodborne speedrunning or Soul speedrunning in general, because I see that you are the world record holder in many categories, and so I am interested in seeing kind of what your background is in this.
Yeah, so started speedrunning with Demon's Souls Remake at the end of 2021. So I bought a capture card. Obviously, it's a console game. So I was running that for a while, and then I was, looking for something else, really, with just more, maybe a little bit more substance and bigger community. Demon's Souls Remake obviously was great, but just looking to kind of expand at the time. And since I already had the capture card, I was looking into Bloodborne, and I'd played Bloodborne before in 2016 casually once, and I really just remember thinking, wow, this game is hard, and I saw people doing runs, and I was like, wow, everybody, these strategies are so cool, and everybody just seems so knowledgeable about the game and the way that they sort of bend the bosses and just break them. I really wanted to kind of gain that knowledge myself, so I got obviously heavily invested into Bloodborne. And yeah, it's been a great journey for me of just kind of a game that really kind of broke me down way back in the day, and then sort of coming back to it and developing a level of mastery over a lot of the fights. Is, you know, it's, and a great community, obviously, you know, people who've watched their runs and learned from them, and maybe even other people have learned from me at this point now. So I've been doing this for a long time, and yeah.
I mean, who knows, the person who is just like, I want to try Speedrun for the first time, I want to try Bloodborne, is going to be looking at the world record holder for sure. So definitely people will learn from you. And it's very nice to see like the mastery on display here, because I do think it's very apparent all the work that you put into it, just how impressive this stuff is. And you make it look easy, which is the mark of like a really good speedrunner, I'd say. So what just happened here?
So basically the boss, Reborn, it can be pretty, I don't want to say it's completely volatile. Most of the time it goes the way that you want right there. I got trolled a little bit with the fireballs, which actually interrupted my ability to do one of the crucial breaks, so I just sort of moved out of range. But basically the boss has hitboxes all over its body, and all of those individual body parts can cause a limb break. And limb breaks in Bloodborne are crucial because they stun the boss. And when we stun the boss, we have a chance to do, obviously, free hits. And that's basically what we're doing. We're just exploiting by moving around the boss, causing limb breaks repeatedly because there's so many, and it's really just easy with the Beast Blood pellet damage, the 80% increase, plus we have bolt papers on top of that, adding a little bit of extra lightning damage. So yeah, there's not too much to say because it's kind of one of those things that it goes right most of the time until it doesn't.
No, I totally get you. I am curious, would you say that this category right now is kind of like the main category that you're focusing on? Is there a category that you think is like more fun per se than others when it comes to Bloodborne?
I would say fun is relative to a person's interests. It's really hard to kind of gauge. You know, there's a lot of people who they may find certain aspects of like running the game more fun than others. So, I mean, there's a lot of people who, you know, they're just interested in Glitchless, which is, you know, totally fine, obviously. I think that this game has a lot more to offer than just Glitchless. I think that you don't really get the full spectrum of what a game has to offer without looking into multiple categories. That's me personally. I know there's a lot of people that kind of like to hyper focus on maybe one or two categories. So, you know, I think that this run gives a short and sweet showcase of what Bloodborne has to offer, because all bosses isn't too different than this. A lot of times we joke, like the runners in the community joke, about the first portion of the run being any percent. Like we'll say, you know, like when a run gets past Wet Nurse, we'll say, okay, we're finally out of any percent, even in all bosses run, because the run is just like so similar. It's really just any percent and then cleaning up a couple of optional fights and then DLC. So this run really kind of segues really well into an all bosses run. That's kind of the thing for me with Glitchless that I feel does not do that. Because Glitchless starts with Cleric, there's some kind of weird strats for Amelia that involve not having all the resources you would normally have for the other categories.
Yeah.
It's really how should I phrase, kind of a niche category at this point, and it didn't used to be that way, but the routing changes obviously sort of you know, sometimes that's just how it goes, I guess.
And so,
anything for speed is the determining factor, and
I totally get you.
That route is definitely very fast.
Well, we've compared it a good bit to Glitchless here, like how this category compares with Glitchless. How does this category compared with like unrestricted or like the any percent like 1.0 run?
So yeah, unrestricted involves the biggest aspect of unrestricted is it's incredibly reset heavy, and it's incredibly reset heavy because it involves a skip right at the beginning of the run with the wolf. The very first wolf enemy can do a grab that can push you through the gate that normally unlocks the backside of Forbidden Woods. And so you can skip the entire portion of the game. Like going to Gascoigne, going to Cathedral Ward, you do not do any of that in an unrestricted run or any percent 1.0. So you were talking about 5-minute discrepancy, 10-minute discrepancy. That's kind of where that comes from.
That's good to know, especially because, you know, a lot of people.
That's such a big part of like the first half of the game that's just not present at all.
Oh, I can only imagine, because I sit here looking, I'm just like, wow, this run has a lot going on to it, and yet there's categories that have even more going on to it that make the run even shorter. And to think the fastest way of beating the game is like you have to have a hard copy, it has to be 1.0, and like it can't be like patched in any sort of way. It has to be like an original copy of the game, pretty much, like in order to beat it the fastest, which is an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, so just did a plunge on Miko that stops him from going to his room. You notice that Miko doesn't do any of his normal, if you're familiar with Bloodborne, Miko doesn't get to go to any of his little special fun time rooms with his puppets in this or any other category because we stop him from doing it. Which, if you know anything about this fight, it's not him that's the problem, it's the puppets. The puppets have a life bar, but if you take too long, then they respawn. And they just stand back up. So, as much as we can avoid them, the better. And we're already in the final stretch of this game. I mean, this is a very, like I said, short and sweet run.
Very quick run. Yeah, someone in chat says, like, bro didn't even get to play. Like, you just couldn't give him a chance to get an attack out. Which, honestly, like, yeah, don't give them the chance. Don't give them the chance, you know?
You do not want to give him a chance to start attacking. He has some heinous stuff. If he gets away from you and starts doing his thing, he can be a nightmare because the puppets join in and it's, oh my gosh, I've never, what are they doing? Wow, that one, okay, wow, that was a little strange. I know one of the shadows backed up there. He was like walking up the stairs, almost like he didn't want to come down. That was, I've never seen that before. I didn't know what was going to happen there.
He said the thing. That's never happened before. He said the thing. You had to have it happen at least some point in this episode.
That's kind of the thing about a showcase, isn't it? There's always that moment.
Exactly. Like it's always that moment, really.
That's kind of the fun thing for me with doing a showcase is there are those moments, and sometimes dealing with those moments is more interesting than anything else, I guess. But yeah, this fight, there's not too much to it. We're just gonna walk behind her, and as we walk behind her, you'll see that there's not much she can do.
Interesting. Oh, I will say that I love bosses in like any run because I've ran stuff like that before, where it's just like if you just stand in this one spot, they can't hit you ever.
Yeah. And so that's actually enough to get credits. Here you can submit to Gehrman, and that would end the run. I'm actually going to. This is not what we would do in an any percent run, but I'm gonna fight Gehrman.
Oh.
I'm gonna give you guys a little something.
A extra bonus fight.
Yeah, I think it's for a showcase. I don't know. I think it's a little bit anticlimactic to just end the game on a cutscene. So I'm gonna do the fight.
We love to see it. We do love to see it. We get a bonus fight, y'all. Courtesy of Genzo himself.
I'm gonna level up here though.
Very excited to see this. And yeah, any good anything to make a good showcase. We love to see it. So this would this boss be like in other categories, like all bosses, or
yes, this would be
like
in all
that?
bosses.
Would you see it in Glitchless, or would it just end at Wetner's?
Yes. No, not in any percent, but in Glitchless all bosses, yes.
Ooh, this seems like a very, very hard boss.
So you'll see it's really just a lot of parrying. He's already doing his big transformation here. He's gonna...
You're whittling down on him pretty quickly.
You really just need to be careful here when he does things like that. And yeah, that's it. Normally here you would fight Moon Presence, but the only way to trigger Moon Presence, like in all bosses you'd fight Moon Presence, but obviously can't fight Moon Presence without doing all of the requirements. You have to get 3 chords, and then you have to pop the 3 chords. So yeah, we'll end on the Gurman ending. So just a little bit of a bonus for you guys. It was a short run, and I don't know, I just felt like fighting him. I really like to fight him.
No, you're good. You're good. What was that time right there?
Well, this is time here. This is the ending. I just wanted to trigger the cutscene.
All right, perfect. All right, there we go. Time. Thank you so much for that amazing run. Again, so that was really, really nice, and I'm very happy that you were able to show that off, because I know that folks at home really loved it. And still underestimate too, 20 seconds underestimate, even with an entire extra boss, which is really nice. Final 3440 RTA, which is really good. Anything you want to shout out before we move on to the next run?
Just thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It was awesome. So,
of course,
I hope you guys enjoyed the run. I enjoyed doing it, and yeah.
Of course. And where can the folks find you if they want to see more Bloodborne?
Obviously streaming. I'm doing runs in this category. A little bit more optimized, not doing extra fights or anything like that. But yeah, I'm at Genso with 2 underscores. And yeah, if anybody enjoyed and wants to come hang out, I'd love to have you.
All right, we would love to see it. Please go follow Genso, y'all. Follow all the runners that you're seeing here tonight, because they're putting on amazing shows. Thank you so much to Genso for that amazing run, and of course for showing. Hey everyone, I hope y'all are having a wonderful night tonight. Welcome back to the Scenic Route. I actually did not explain the premise of this show this entire episode, but if you're fans of this show and you've been watching for a while, you probably already know. But if you are joining us for the first time today, the Scenic Route is all about glitchless and no major glitches runs. Of course, glitchhood is a spectrum. Some are no major glitches restricted or inbounds. It doesn't necessarily have to have the glitchless label to it. But what we're going to be seeing right now, after that amazing run of both Sekiro Shadows Die Twice and, of course, Bloodborne and even Elden Ring early in the night, it's just a whole night of FromSoft and Soulsborne games. It's been so much fun to see. But right now, we're wrapping up the night with a really, really popular run, a really, really popular game, especially on speedrun.com. It is Dark Souls 3 any% glitchless by Blanks. This specific category or this route hasn't actually not really been seen in a really long time in GDQ history, and so I'm very, very happy to be showing it off here with Blanks and with Josh Areno here on comm. So y'all, please take it away and wrap up the night with an amazing, amazing run. And of course, happy National Acai Bowl Day. I can't forget my holiday bit to enter it. Anyway, go ahead, Blanks. Sorry.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Yeah, welcome guys to Dark Souls 3. This is a run that I've actually learned within the past month or so. I am very, very excited to show it off because, I mean, like I said, it's I'm more or less brand new to it, and I actually just had a run like about half an hour ago that almost PB'd before I rated in here. So I'm excited, and it's one of those runs that I haven't really scratched the surface off of entirely. But I'm here joined by Josh Areno, so give us a little introduction.
Hello. Blanks, thank you so much for having me on commentary for this run. I'm very excited. It's been quite a while since I've had the privilege of commentating over some DS3, and this is like I mean, it's the GOAT as far as I'm concerned. So I'm very happy to be here. Very excited to see what you can do.
Yeah, I honestly have been really, really enjoying this run. And like I said, being so new to it, it's like, it's so fresh. And I always love like a speed run in the first couple weeks or so of trying it out. And yeah, I'm just hoping for a smooth run, and I'm hoping that we can show off the game for you guys. It's 90% glitchless. And I mean, I think we're ready to count it down. So if you guys are ready, I'll count out from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to get started here.
Good luck and have fun.
Thank you. Dark Souls 3 starts off in the Cemetery of Ash, and so we wake up as a I almost said a tarnished, as a unkindled. Sorry, oh my god, I need to brush up Dark Souls 3 lore. We're basically unkindled ash. So we're kind of like a nobody in this world, and we just kind of wake up, and at this little tutorial level here, we're just going to be running past all the enemies. It'll have these little messages say like, oh, it's square to roll, R1 to attack. We know all that stuff already.
Here's how you control your camera.
Luckily, we know how to control our camera, considering we're doing a hotfix run. So yeah, we're already heading towards the first boss of the run, and like, just a little I guess teaser for what's ahead. This run has lots of bosses, lots of really cool bosses. So I'm gonna let Josh help me out here with commentary for the first boss, Udex Gundyr. So yeah,
we're already here.
Take it away.
Yeah, we're here. We did it. So this is one of the few fights in the run that is like pseudo scripted. This is like very different. If you're used to seeing Elden Ring speedruns, because that's like, the new hotness, I guess. There are a lot of scripted fights in that game, and Dark Souls 3 is like a pretty stark contrast to that, where most fights you're actually interacting with the boss's movesets pretty heavily. So Blanks did a bunch of damage. He set up a stagger here for the phase 2, where he's just going to throw these 3 black firebombs, and that's just going to get the kill. Zero phase 2 scene, really. And he was backing up towards the door as he was throwing those bombs, just to like make sure he has as little running to do after the boss is dead as possible. So very clean fight. Nicely done, Blanks.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I mean, it's a really fast-paced run, lots of bosses. I mean, we're only 2 minutes in and we've already killed our first boss. I mean, it's honestly, as Ozmourn mentioned, it's one of the reasons why the game is so popular as a speedrun, is just because there's just so much action, like always action going on with this game. And
yeah. And it's fun how you say like, oh, this run has so many bosses, when like all bosses glitches is still like an extra like 25 minutes longer than this one.
Yes.
So it is fun to see that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, 90% glitchless does show off a lot of the major bosses towards the end of the run. And I mean, all bosses would include all the DLC bosses and all the optional bosses and whatnot. But as my first Dark Souls 3 category to really sink my teeth into, I thought that this wasn't a bad one to choose at all, just because it's manageable and it's something that I can really focus on the micro more so than the macro of the run. But anyway, we are in the High Wall of Lothric. This is the first like major level of the run. And I just want to quickly mention here, while we're running through this level, I am on keyboard and mouse, which is not a very popular, I guess in more recent times it's gotten more popular, but it is the preferred method among top runners for a lot of the Souls games, just because the precision of your movement, your lines, your menuing. So if you notice like a cursor on the screen, I am on keyboard and mouse, and I have been kind of taking it for a test ride. It's part of what made me want to learn this run, was learning keyboard and mouse. So just a little mention there. Sorry?
I do value my ability to like move the camera freely than I do like being able to move in more than just 8 cardinal directions, if I'm being so honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easier, flows better.
I mean, I can't really tell you what's better. I've played on both. I've played Souls games for like 13 years on controller, so it's a little hard to switch now. But we got the dummy glitch.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, I always get so excited seeing this like in a live event setting. This is just this is not like a mod. This is not like Blanks isn't cheating or hacking or anything. This is a glitch in the vanilla game. This just happens. Anytime an enemy health bar shows up on screen, it is going to flash all of these icons, a bunch of symbols in Japanese on the screen. Yeah, just like that. It's Like,
see.
I don't know exactly why this happens, but I just know that it happens, and the only way to fix it is to either fully reboot the game or to change your game resolution.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, we're fully rebooting the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see how it is. Okay.
It's a very funny glitch. It's called the dummy glitch because it just puts dummy on the screen everywhere.
Let me know when
you're
you can.
on thin ice.
Yeah.
You're on thin ice.
Let me know when you can see the game again on OBS or on the stream's end.
I'll need you to share it with me again as well.
Okay.
Looks like it.
We're back. All right. Cool.
All right, let's see here. Perfect.
One of the many little quirks we love about DS3.
Yeah, I was honestly hoping that it wouldn't happen, but I'm glad that Josh was able to explain it because I didn't know why it was happening. I was asking other runners, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that just kind of happens," and I'm like, "Are you sure?"
It just kind of happens. Yep.
Yeah, it's different. Everyone said that it's different for their like Dark Souls 3. Like it's like each Dark Souls 3 is cursed in their own way. But I get mine like every session. I get dummy glitch, so it's kind of funny.
I feel like it happens after loading save states sometimes.
Yes. Anyway, we're heading into Vort. By the way, this is the second boss of the run. So Josh, you want to help me out again here?
Yeah. So there are a few different kind of scripts sort of for Vort. Vort is actually way harder on Glitchless compared to glitches, as you might imagine, doing a lot less damage. So the idea is we count our hits in phase 1, set up a nice, neat little stagger here to prevent the triple charge, completely interrupting him running around and wasting a bunch of our time. And then you just finish him off in phase 2 and try not to get hit by whatever attack he pulls out.
That was good. Yeah, that was definitely a good showcase of Vort for sure. He is definitely harder than he looks. I am going to grab this bonfire. I was talking to Josh before about, potential safety for Marathon and whatnot. And this is actually one of those fights that you just kind of want to have this checkpoint for. Later, we're going to come back to the high wall and go the other direction. If you guys have played Dark Souls 3, you know that the dancer can open up essentially at the end of the game. So we're going to be going there later, not early, because you have to kill all of the Lords of Cinder anyway and collect all their ashes. So we are just going to be moving along to the Undead Settlement now. I grabbed some skulls right there, and you'll see me casting a spell, by the way. We didn't touch on it before. I'm casting a spell called Spook, and it negates all fall damage to 0 that would not be lethal. Any sort of like non-lethal falls get negated to 0 fall damage, and it's just super helpful for the speedrun to have, that tool of being able to not take any fall damage. Normally you could start out as the mercenary, and I believe that is a potential starting route that you can do. You got to tweak the routing a little bit, but having Spook is just so helpful. You could also do what's called a fall damage cancel, which just kind of is the same thing, but requires a bit more finesse. So we're going to keep it simple with Spook here. The reason why is because we use this short sword for the bosses anyway. We don't have the stats required for the Twin Blades yet, so we're going to be using this short sword for a little bit. And speaking of Spook, we're going to use it again right here, actually, to negate this fall. As you can see, a lot of these falls would be pretty lethal if I had not been casting the spell. So coming up here on a little, I guess, skip, like one of the first skips of the run. It's just this like elevator skip, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, but we're going to be casting Spook again, and we're going to be dropping down this elevator and doing a little plunge on our boy Sigurd.
No, Sigurd.
And then we're going to cancel fall damage basically
he's okay.
Twice in a row. Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about him.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That saves a deceptive amount. It looks very simple, but it actually saves probably good 30 plus seconds there.
Yeah. I am going
waiting
to
on the elevator.
I wouldn't normally do quit outs, but I'm going to do one here because this Outrider Knight is concerning me just a little bit. So we're going to just quit out, reset his aggro. That's the main usage of quit outs, is to both cancel door animations to save in-game time, but also to reset enemy aggro. So we're going to quit out there just for that. And also, little
the doors
tech,
in Souls games, my goodness, you just can never just open a door. You got to be dramatic with it every time. My goodness.
No, speedrunners hate doors. That's like their most notorious quality, especially Souls speedrunners. We just do not like doors, and we like skipping animations.
Truly.
But little like unknown, I guess, little tidbit. When you're two-handing a weapon like I am, I'm actually making my hitbox a little bit smaller. And that actually helps for running segments. As you can see, when I'm one-handing, I'm kind of flailing my arms around a little bit, and it just makes your side hitboxes a little bit larger. So, I mean, you'll see me doing two-hand like shield, for example, during some parts. And I mean, that's why, if you're ever curious, it's just because I'm trying to make my hitboxes smaller on the sides. So coming up
You
here,
can take, like, particularly with the projectiles and stuff. Sorry, go on.
no, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, we have our first introduction to dogs, by the way. Dogs TM.
Dogs?
Miyazaki dogs. As you can see, they don't really work. They're going to just teleport like that all around the map. I was told actually by Josh before this run that on this patch, I think they're especially more aggressive, because I don't know if they had just changed the enemy aggression in later patches, but apparently it's not normal to have like that crazy amount of like dog teleports.
Interesting.
I don't know about dogs particularly, but I do know, I'll try to point it out whenever we see some enemy hyper aggression. Well, okay, that crab. Maybe Mr. Krabs there was a little
little crabby. Is the teleportation stuff, like, is that a glitch, or can they just do that?
They
can just do that.
If they're off your screen, they just teleport. That's how dogs work.
There is a very like technical reason why it happens. It can actually happen with just about any enemy. It can happen with NPCs as well. But it's in particular, basically it's exacerbated with dogs because of the fact that dogs move so fast, and that's the short version.
Yeah. So we were picking up the Sellsword Twin Blades and the Farron Coal, and we're going to be porting out with the Homeward Bone back to this bonfire. And the reason for that is because we are going to be using that as our main weapon for the run, but we just need to grab the materials to, I guess, forge the perfect weapon. Like I said, we're going to be using this raw straight sword. We're going to be applying the raw auxiliary effect, which is going to give it more raw damage, and then I'm going to be +1ing it for one of the first bosses of the run. It just kind of makes sense with the routing if you're going to start as the assassin to just use a short sword, because we use the short sword for Vort as well. So we're going to be switching over to our dagger that we purchased in Firelink for this Farron Swamp. The swamp here, you normally can't sprint in it. You have to either roll or quick step, and so we choose the quick step because it's faster. A couple more sections in the game that are like that, but this is one of the more prevalent ones that it kind of helps to have the quick step. We're going to be lighting these fires, though, if you guys are familiar with this game. We're going to be lighting these fires in lightning fast, record speed even. They optimize the heck out of this game, and part of that is just, every little movement section, every little area in a glitchless run has, years and years and years of runners' fingerprints on them. Just, when I was getting to this run, I kind of was a little bit intimidated, honestly, because of how optimized the game is and how competitive at the very, very top is for Dark Souls 3 glitchless. But honestly, it's been not too bad. It's been not too bad just because, there's a lot of people in the Souls Speedrunning Discord that are just very, very helpful. And, I've been getting pointers from anyone who pops my stream who runs this category, who just goes, oh, it's faster if you, and I mean, that's kind of how I learned, like, where the side hitboxes are smaller when you do this, or that's kind of how I learned, like, pretty much all the skips that I know were from other runners. So wasn't too intimidating to learn.
Not to mention, like, there are also people have developed varying levels of strats over the years where there are things that are like more beginner friendly or less beginner friendly and more dangerous. So like, I don't know, if you've ever thought about speedrunning DS3, it is a great time to do it because
it's so much fun.
There's lots of resources and documentation and for you to reference, and it's just great.
I would say, like,
I'm not biased though.
I would say barring Elden Ring, it's probably the most documented Souls game. Just because, like, all the runners care so much about it. Like, there's literally like I don't even know, a 10-page PDF file on one of the bosses in the DLC that was written just for the sole purpose of optimizing it in a speedrun. So the community for DS3 is very, very passionate.
I do love communities that are like that. I know Portal community is kind of like that, where there's a really large document explaining how certain things work in the game. People who are like so passionate enough to like really get into that and like have those resources out, they're like the backbone of a lot of communities. It's amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of what makes a speedrun so special is that, like I said, it's got the fingerprint of like every runner that's ever touched the game essentially on it. So I just love like those little things where, if you're following a game when it first comes out, you'll notice like things later on, 5 years later that you'll be like, oh, wow, like they're still doing this, or like, oh, wow, this runner that found this strat has really just like, revolutionized the way this run works. I just love little things like that for sure. Like a big sucker for community and history, like speedrun history and stuff like that.
Speaking of speedrunning history, I am interested in knowing your speedrunning history, not only with this game or like your casual history with this game, but also you are proficient in a lot of different Souls speedruns. I know we've seen you on the GDQ channel speedrun Lies of P, we've speedrun Bloodborne, Elden Ring, of course, Demon Souls. You've also ran that. You had like a Monster Hunter phase for a little bit. I don't know what was going on there, but still, you do a lot of good stuff. And so I'm interested in knowing like your history, not only with Souls games, but also just with speedrunning in general.
I will get to you on that when I finish Watchers, because that is the next boss.
Oh yeah,
and this is probably the hardest fight in the whole run. So I will get you on my history when we finish Watchers. But there is
lock in if you need to.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to explain. But yeah, this fight I'm gonna have Josh probably talking through the whole thing, because this is just one of the hardest fights, if not the hardest fight in the whole run.
Yeah, and you might think that it's, you know, the guy with the big fiery sword that is like the scary part. It's really this phase 1, because it is unfortunately incredibly RNG heavy on the glitchless, on the glitchless route, because in addition to, you know, the boss just idle walking and like losing a little bit of time here and there are also these clones that spawn partway through the fight. They can either spawn on a timer, or in this case they'll spawn on a damage threshold. And they usually spawn around the same time. And what you hope for is that the two clones aggro to each other and they completely ignore you and the boss, and you can kind of just duel it out. And Red is helping out
That was
as much as he can.
Oh my goodness.
Not the worst RNG, but definitely the scariest. And this phase 2... These fire trails are the real big danger in phase 2, along with a couple of different hyper armor attacks. That jump attack is one of them. And a big part of the strat here for Watchers phase 2 is ideally, like, you want to be using most of your stamina on swinging your sword and not dodging a whole lot. And like, the idea is you want to have him stun locked as much as possible, which means that you take some risks, and you are going to be taking, ideally, only some of the weaker attacks from this boss, and then rolling the stronger attacks. And that was a very nice phase 2.
Thank you.
After a very scary phase 1.
I was holding my breath there, to be honest, because this fight in attempts has really been the one that I can't science out, because normally you can science out a boss in a speed run, but this one, it really is just kind of RNG. But yeah,
vibes-based boss fights.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game in DS3, to be honest. As Josh mentioned in the Gundyr fight, this is probably the Souls game that you're going to see the most player-boss interaction and the player-boss chess, you know, back and forth. You're going to see that a whole lot in this run, and it's probably one of the Souls games that is the most kind of action like that. As we saw Bloodborne earlier, that run is you know, one of the more scripted runs, if you're going to, you know, make a comparison like that. So DS3 is just very... Ugh. I hate these skeletons. I do owe you an explanation, though, about my speedrunning history, Ozmourn, so I will try my best to let you know while we're running through the catacombs.
I'd love to hear it.
I started speedrunning in 2021. My first speedrun game was Demon Souls Remake on the PS5, and I just fell in love with the game, ran it for, you know, 4 months straight. That was the game that I got my first world record on, which, like, you know, was a very... very cool event for me. We're going to pause the explanation here just for 1 second, because we're going to do a skip here. This is called the jar skip or catacomb skip, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be basically trying to pin me on this pot. There we go. We're trying to basically ship me on the pot.
Deceptively hard skip, by the way.
That one I've definitely spent hours on, and I've just kind of, that one I've been able to science out. That one's a lot easier than a boss fight to science out, but again, yeah, it's just one of those skips that's just very obnoxious to, you know.
A skip that looks really, really simple, but it's like you spend hours trying to perfect it.
Yes, I mean, that's really the name of the game. So yeah, I moved on from Demon Souls Remake to Bloodborne, and I just kind of did my tour de Souls, if you want to call it that. I did pretty much every Souls run under the sun, and I really hit my stride with Lies of P. I feel like I've, you know, I really found my identity as a runner with Lies of P. And I don't know, I just feel like, you know, with the accolades and all that stuff, I think that stuff is kind of less important than the more community focused, or you know what I mean, just making friends and connections in the community. I think that's way more important to me. But anyway, Josh, my boss commentator, is going to help me out here with the next boss, which is going to be High Lord Wolnir.
I got you.
Oh my.
Yeah, High Lord Wolnir, the Vape Lord, as he's known, he has these bracelets, and the whole idea is we're wailing on these bracelets until they break, obviously, as Blanks is demonstrating here. Using the fire for the second bracelet because it is a lot stronger. That first bracelet takes some extra damage while he's not aggroed, so it breaks a little quicker. And the idea, this is a pretty like dangerous little area to be in because all around Wolnir, he has this vape cloud that does a ton of damage really fast, and you have to get really close to him with this particular strat to get that quick kill. And it went all according to plan, all according to script there.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. That was pretty good.
That also works in real life. If you're ever in a fight with someone, just take the bracelets off, and then boom, no, they won't fight anymore.
And don't stand in their vape clouds.
Exactly.
That does deal poison damage in real life. The stand in a vape cloud.
Yeah.
Precisely.
But yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of a shopping trip here. We grabbed some ashes while we were in the catacombs, and those were the Gravekeeper ashes. And those allow us to buy small Titanite shards as well as Carthus Rouge. And Carthus Rouge is just a weapon buff. The reason why we're playing on patch 1.08 is because that weapon buff is incredibly strong. Bleed is super broken in this patch and ended up getting nerfed in the DLC patches. So we mentioned earlier about aggro being all messed up on this patch, but the trade-off is that you get an incredibly broken setup with the Bleed Twin Blades here. So speaking of, we are using the main weapon for the run now, the Sellsword Twin Blades. And, you know, like I said before, random dog out of left field, teleporting 4 times into transmission.
Fido, get down.
Get down.
But yeah, this is the main weapon for the run just because they deal so much damage. This dog needs to get off my tail. Please and thank you. But we're coming up on Crystal Sage here. This one I got, Josh, don't worry. I'm kind of a pro at Sage at this point.
Are you sure? I mean, this one's pretty tough.
Yeah, so it's going to start out here with a couple of magic attacks. We're going to follow up with a couple of L1 attacks into a weapon art combo. We're going to read this crystal. This crystal formation means the next spawn's going to be right here. We're going to stand right here, wait for the spawn, do more attacks into the spin, and that is the whole boss fight, essentially. I could go into, you know, the logistics of the crystals and how, you know, how the crystals can affect the spawn location for hours and hours. It's really quite a complicated boss, but basically there's 3 main patterns for this category that you have to worry about. And so I could identify between the crystals on the ground where it was going to spawn. So very, very cool boss. Honestly, one of my favorite like technical bosses, I guess you could call it. Because when I learned that they could, you know, you can influence the spawn like that, it just kind of blew my mind a little bit. I think everyone has the same experience with this game when they learn that for the first time.
It genuinely is like one of the most complex fights that they've ever made, which is hilarious considering how you never ever interact with it really.
Yeah. In any category, you really aren't fighting it for very long. Even like hitless runs. I mean, you have to force yourself to deal like low damage by doing like no upgrades or whatever to actually have to, you know, interact with the mechanic. But it is very, very cool regardless. And, you know, we are once again evading dogs as per usual with Dark Souls 3. Luckily, no dogs in the graveyard, which is very nice. We're going to instead...
Were any dogs harmed in the making of this speedrun?
I hope not. I don't try to harm them.
So far not.
They're trying to harm me, to be honest. Are any Blanks is harmed in making this speedrun? We're going to find out by the end of this run. But yeah, we're in the cathedral. Cathedral is one of the areas you need to go to. We did kill High Lord Wolnir, which means that we are able to access the Irithel area, the blue level, the big reveal, the cool moonlight reveal. However, there's a gate that you cannot cross unless you go to the cathedral, and you need to get a key item called the Small Doll. And this, I swear by this, I yap about it all the time on my stream. I swear by the fact that Dark Souls 3 has the best randomizer because the key items are so freaking cool to just play around and optimize around. I love Dark Souls 3 randomizers because of all the key items. You don't really see it with Elden Ring runs as much, or, you know, Dark Souls runs. The key items really play a big role in this game, and it really makes you feel like even on a first playthrough, you know, you'll go to Irithel and you can't proceed. You're like, oh, like why can't I proceed? And then it says like, you know, get the doll of whatever, you know, the doll of a lost child, and then you find it here. So I'm a big fan of the experience of just going for key items in general in these games, and I feel like this game does the best job of it. I think Josh would agree with me on that. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure if he would, but
it's interesting because it's kind of like it's kind of a controversial take in the Souls community. I feel like because a lot of people complain about how Dark Souls 3 is like the most linear of the Souls games, but I don't think it's as linear as people always say it is. Just because like I think it's more so that your progression is gated a lot more by the key items.
Absolutely, yeah, I would agree. I think like. I mean, you really see it in randomizer runs where like you'll get, oh, the Basin of Vows, that means I can do early dancer, or like, oh, you know, I got the small doll, I can go past Wolnir, and until you get those, you're kind of gated. You can even, hang on, let me dodge that attack. That attack does have a hitbox, by the way. But you can even like set it so in the randomizer settings that you won't be able to leave the high wall without the banner, and the banner can spawn past dancer. So I just think stuff like that is so cool when a game like uses the key items to its maximum effect like that, where they kind of make you explore and read the descriptions and figure out what the heck you're doing. So I think Dark Souls 3 has like a really nice sense of not even like puzzliness, but just like I just like the key items. I'm a big key item guy.
Have you ran or do you plan on running in the future Dark Souls 1 and 2?
I've done Dark Souls 1 a little bit. I don't know about Dark Souls 2. That one's a little bit cursed, but I do like Dark Souls 1 runs.
I do hear Dark Souls. I mean, Gento did explain to us that Dark Souls 2 was made on a different engine than the rest of the FromSoft games, so I can see how that could play a factor into the different strats being implemented that you might not see in other Souls.
Yeah. Right now we're fighting the Deacons, by the way. The Deacons are one of the most RNG fights actually in the game. You wouldn't really think of it at first glance, but right here, I mean, you can really see it in full effect. These larger, I don't know what you call them, priests, they have more health, so it does actually matter which one gets the orb. So you're just killing the ones with the orbs and then taking out the main guy. This is getting a little bit scary. We need to get a bleed proc here. This is what we really want, is a bleed proc. All right, there we go.
Okay,
right.
They use their super slow attack that makes them all idle, so it's good.
Yeah, thankfully that.
But yeah, Deacons is, especially at +3 where you have to have Lloyd Swordring active to one-shot the small Deacons.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the most RNG fights in the run, just because it's random who gets the soul. It's random if they attack you or not. It's random if you can upkeep your ring, which we haven't even covered it yet. But this ring right here, the Lloyd Sword Ring, it actually is giving me about a 10%. I don't know the exact number, but it's a big damage boost.
I think it's 10%, yeah.
For having full HP, and it's on if you can see my character glowing red like this. We're actually getting our second ring of the run, which the way that it works that, you know, with the Twin Blades moveset, it does multi-hits. And so the effect of the ring is that it gives you more damage if you've done a certain amount of hits in a certain amount of time. So we kind of exploit the dual weapon mechanic of these curved swords to get this ring activated very, very quickly in boss fights. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to take out this Pontiff Beast here by doing a little bit of a stagger with some headshots into just a quick little bleed proc. That is our next ring and our final ring. We don't need any more rings. We are fully ringed out, just like Elden Ring.
Just blinged.
Yeah,
Elden Ring.
We got one in each hand, and we're good to go. So here we're in Irithel, and again, I mean, you saw we use that small doll to cross that fog right there. You normally wouldn't be able to proceed without grabbing that doll from the cathedral. So that is the importance of that cathedral, even though it does seem like a dead end. And we're running through probably one of the more dangerous parts of the game, I would say, at this point. This part just has a lot of...
Oh, that's the worst attack.
Yeah, a lot of really annoying enemies. And so those being these three guys with magic swords and these fire witches. And then also, around the corner, there's two more Pontiff Knights. So, luckily that was...
I think those have more aggressive AI on this patch. But you did the cool little block tech to make them dash at you instead of just attack.
That's why I blocked. Yeah, you know, I mean, that's exactly why I did it. You know, it's It's definitely not because I just am impulsively blocking. But yeah, thank you for making it look cool.
Totally,
No, that is a
totally
legitimate
purposeful.
strat. You block as you run towards them, and they will dash towards you instead of attacking.
Yeah, I knew that, so it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Totally. That was totally on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So we're just doing a little bit of a running section again. We're going towards the Profane Capital. We're actually not going to be fighting the major boss of Irithyll just yet. Now that Irithyl's unlocked, we need to take care of the other Lords of Cinder. Sick fall damage cancel, by the way.
That was very nice.
We're going to be taking out the other Lords of Cinder, and one of them is Yorm the Giant. So we're going to be running through this deep water, and as we're running through deep water, we hold the sprint button, and that allows us to keep regenerating our stamina. I don't know why. It normally should drain your stamina, but luckily we're able to sprint in this water and just spam roll. Part of the reason why we have, no chest pieces, so we can stay under 30% load, which is very, very important because you get the longer rolling animation. So that's why we're staying without a chest piece on. It's just for better movement, better mobility. But we're gonna
work in real life. If I roll through water, if I roll through my pool, will I get through it faster?
I mean, you got to make sure that you're not wearing any training weights or anything like that, because you got to be under 30%. But otherwise, I mean, it should work.
Should. Okay. I'll try it. I'll try it next time. Have a chance. Perfect.
Doesn't work. Just level some vitality. You'll be good.
Exactly.
Or wear one of the many rings that increases your equipment load.
Oh yeah. I'll keep that in mind. I'm writing notes.
Stick it.
While we're getting to this next area, do you mind if I read down an announcement real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Yeah. I just want to remind folks about Speedruns. Speedruns is a French charity marathon, similar to how you'd see in GDQ mainlines. And Speedrun 6 will be live May 7th through 10th. And GDQ will be hosting the official English language restream. Use !Speedruns in chat to learn more and submit by April 10th if you want to commentate any of the runs. I did Speedruns last year, and I'm probably going to do it again this year because it was just some of the most fun I've ever had commentating. And so if you want to support the French speedrunning community through this event, please make sure that you get that before April 10th. And one thing that I am interested in knowing about this run specifically, Blanks, is that, of course, I see that on the leaderboards there is any percent glitchless and then restricted, and then, of course, pure any percent. What exactly is the different levels of glitches in this run? What exactly is banned in this category? Also, huge skip here.
So I would honestly say glitchless is more of a no major glitches type deal, because there are some things that would skirt the line and kind of are on that fine line of what is and isn't the glitch. So this is basically what you'd see out of basically any no major glitches category in most games. And I would say for restricted and unrestricted, there's lots of tech that I don't really know how it works, but a lot of it is just more skips that are more glitchy. In this category, you're going to see, actually right here, we're coming up to one. This one is more like just like a parkour trick, but I'm being very careful where I line up my character. And so we cast Spook just to drop down this little ledge right here, then we're going to roll off. We're making advantage of Spook because if I didn't have it on, I would have died to the second drop. So very, very important to be casting Spook for all these skips. So yeah, I mean, in this run for glitchless, it's a lot of just parkour, a lot of verticality, a lot of
always in bounds.
Yeah, but the glitched categories have a lot more out of bounds stuff, and more recently, there's actually been a tech where if you store a position on a ladder, you can actually deload the ground, and you can fall through the map, and you can do a bunch of out of bounds stuff.
You can jump through walls.
It's really cool. But yeah, coming up on Yorm the Giant here, we can give you the rundown after Yorm the Giant. But this one is a pretty tough one for beginners, I would say, including myself. This is honestly no guarantee that I have this in the bag, but we'll see.
There's a lot that can go wrong on Yorm, like a whole lot. It really looks like you're just charging up not Serpent Hunter. That's a different game. Storm Ruler.
They put Serpent Hunter from Elden Ring in this game.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I mean, that's a good stagger on the first Storm Ruler charge there. Going into phase 2 here.
We're looking for
You'll either stomp or do a good attack here. He does a good attack.
Then we're just gonna go for it.
And
oh no.
Oh wow.
That was risky. I shouldn't have gone for it there. That is
little risk. Also punished with some bad RNG though.
Yeah, that is somewhat RNG, whether he does that attack or not. He's supposed to just slam down with his weapon like that, but that's why we grab extra bonfires, guys. That's why you always grab the bonfire. You don't skip on the bonfire, okay?
I mean, these games are hard for a reason, and no one would fault you for getting a death or two. Going a full round without a death, definitely no small feat.
Yeah.
I mean, something I will say about any percent glitchless is that, like, yeah, you think of it as a more like beginner accessible category, but in this game, I genuinely think like it is a very hard category. It's incredibly technical on like almost every fight, almost every running section has like its own level of precision that needs to be done. And kudos to Blanks, he has beaten my PB in like under a month of running this. So
thank you, Josh.
That's my goat.
Thank you for the plug. Honestly, I was, you know, mostly joking about that, but yeah, my goal for this run was to be sub Yo Josh Arena so I could brag about that in my commentator's face. But but yeah, we're just gonna be setting
genuinely
up again. Yeah, go finish your thought, Josh. I'm gonna be doing the skip again.
It is it's very much a testament to your speedrunning skill, and I think that a lot of the stuff you've developed in other games has, you know, translated to you running this game as well. It's very impressive.
I appreciate that, Josh.
I guess with that on the mind, I would like to ask Josh kind of like a similar question of like his history, your history, Josh, here with DS3 and also Souls-like. I know you ran Elden Ring Night Rain over at AGDQ just this year, and of course also at GDQX, 2 different categories. But I know that you are pretty prolific in a few different games as well, and you've ran this too. And you know, I have been seeing you in your streams all the way back since you did Red Dead Redemption 2 casual on your streams, and so I'm interested in seeing like how you've evolved with Souls speedruns over the years.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Souls 3 was my introduction to the Souls series, and it was basically like I started this game doing no-hit runs. Very fun, very cool, and then through that sort of discovered the speedrunning community as well. So my background is very much a blend of, you know, no-hit and also of speedrunning. And I did a little bit of all bosses, a little bit of any percent glitchless. And I mean, I have like 5,000 hours in this game at this point, so I have too many hours. Another good Yorm here, hopefully behaving a little better this time.
There we go. That's all we wanted right there.
Perfect.
The main risk on Yorm here is that if there is like slight elevation differences between where you're standing and where Yorm is standing, sometimes the Storm Ruler just won't do damage at all. It'll just miss.
Yes,
and then you have no stamina and you can't dodge the next attack. So that's the biggest risk.
I have gone through that with this fight in particular. He could be stuck on these staircases. He could be stuck on, you know, the corpses on the floor, on the gold on the floor,
pile of treasure.
Yeah,
like
just so like Miyazaki. We always have this joke where Miyazaki is allergic to flat arenas. He just hates them, and that's on full display here with Yorm. Sorry, finish your thought, Ozmourn.
No, I was going to say I'm very glad that Josh actually mentioned when he was kind of talking about his history with the PS3 that you mentioned that you started with no hit runs. And so if y'all like the stuff that you see here and you're interested in seeing more Souls-like content, later this month we are having games done hitless as a collaboration with Team Hitless and the host there. And I know Josh is going to be commenting another Dark Souls 3 run for that. But the schedule for that will be out soon. And so if y'all are interested in the stuff that you've seen tonight, please come check out Games on Hitlist later this month. It's going to be so much fun.
He's yeah, I'm very excited about that whole event. Very excited to be commentating again for that.
Be so much
these are notoriously scary stairs, by the way.
Yeah, this is why I grabbed the skulls earlier in the game. The skulls will pop and they'll have like an alluring mist for these dogs. While these sorcerers are also shooting like magic at you that is not doing, like, it's a non-zero amount of damage. So I mean, with those two things combined, this can be a very, very disastrous running segment. So that's why I decided to grab the skulls early on, and we were just getting equipped up for the next boss, which is going to be Pontiff Sullivan, and we'll actually be interacting with the parry mechanic for the first time. And so I want you to help me out here, Josh, with the commentary for this.
You got it. Yeah, so this is gonna be a fast one. So you're gonna have to pay attention here. So starting off with the bleed resin, keeping out the grass crest shield to make sure we're full stamina for this this first parry, and then immediately parry riposte, and then it's gonna be 2 L1s here, followed by another parry riposte. The next bit here is avoiding the explosion from the phase 2, and we can delay the start of phase 2 by going off to his side a little bit. And then the main thing here is to get the final bleed
One more.
as he's summoning,
Yeah.
and that's it.
So there, I was a little bit
Amazing.
scared from today's attempts. Actually, I kept getting hit by the explosion there, so I just did a bit of a safety roll there. I knew that he backsteps all the time before phase 2 starts, because the way that it's supposed to work is it's supposed to summon a clone that is very, very scary, and he's supposed to like mirror the attacks of his clones and just always do the attacks that the clones are doing. But we don't want to give him a chance to move, obviously, because that would be just catastrophic for how little HP we have on this run.
Not to mention he desyncs all the time.
Yes, he desyncs, and then he'll have to like teleport back to his starting spot. And sometimes the telegraph attack won't even go off because he's, again, like Josh saying, he just desyncs. So very, very challenging fight there for sure. But yeah, first use of the prior mechanic in this run. And again, like we keep saying, like this really is just kind of the hardest like bosses in a Souls run because of just how much like intricacy goes into each script and each like the mechanics of each fight is just kind of overwhelming for a beginner, to be honest. So I mean, my journey with this game has been kind of a short one, but the past month or so I've been learning how to run with keyboard and mouse. I've been trying to learn this category with 90% glitchless. Very, very overwhelming, but very rewarding as well. I love this game, honestly. I fell in love with this game speedrun. I've been grinding it really hard.
It's been a really good time just watching it, and honestly, the way that it kind of mixes together with the other rounds we've seen here today, absolutely amazing. We get a really full spectrum of what Souls has to offer. Although I do want to like pull the curtain back here a little bit. When I reached out to Blanks, I said, I know that you've speedrun Demon Souls and also Bloodborne. Do you want to do one of those two? And Blanks was just like, can we do Dark Souls 3 instead? And I was just like, yeah. And I'm very glad because this seems to be
Excellent
like an amazing
choice.
run that you're very passionate about.
Yeah.
And plus we got Genzo on Bloodborne too, so it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I am definitely known for my versatility when it comes to speedruns, and what I choose to run is it's almost always just
100%.
like I'm kind of like a wild card in a way when it comes to these runs, and I love the variety. I love like switching back and forth in different Souls games and whatnot. It's very fun to learn new things, I think, for me. But yeah, we're going to be
Definitely showing you're pretty good at it.
pretty good at it. What the heck? You're pretty good at it.
Pretty dang good. Oh, wow.
We're going to
This
be
is smart.
heading back to Firelink Shrine because we need to do some shopping. We are missing some essentials for our build. We're still +3, I want to remind you. We did grab the
This is
Eastern
the-
Ashes.
This is the menus portion of the run.
Absolutely. This is, I just messed up the menuing. We're buying 11.
Almost bought a dried finger.
I almost bought the PvP item that only works online in an offline speedrun. So that would have been pretty good. Use of 2,000 souls. But yeah, we're gonna basically just be leveling up yet again. Pure damage, all dexterity. We have base vitality still, by the way.
That's so scary.
Yeah, I mean that's just how this category is. You just want full damage because more damage equals more comfy boss fight because you deal more damage and therefore you have less chance of getting hit. It's a very weird backwards mentality, but you want to make sure that the scripts are they're tight and that they're going to work. Just because, like, if you're missing a little bit of damage, you're probably not going to get the kill on the boss. So it's it's scary, but it's also a necessary part of, again, like Josh is saying, this category is just kind of punishing, but it's also, like I said, very rewarding. Like, playing on low health, this is very exhilarating, and it's got a little bit of a rush to it. So, and obviously, you don't have to do that. You can level stats like health and stamina and whatnot. I need to quit out here. And it could be less difficult. You could make it about as difficult as you want it to be. Souls runs are very modular in that sense, where you can kind of do safety routes and whatnot. But I, again, like the challenge. I like to be put up to the challenge. I like to see what I'm capable of. And I'm just a big fan of learning new things and showing it off. But here we're doing, ouch. Here we're doing a little bit of a skip here. The sludge on the ground has a effect where it negates all fall damage, so we don't need to cast Spook or anything like that. We just need to jump from that railing. And I quit out because I missed the railing jump the first time. So making sure that we really get that railing jump and make sure nothing goes wrong there. But this is going to be Eldritch. Eldritch is kind of hard, as Josh is going to...
One of the scarier fights on the run. It's interesting because, like, in theory, there are a lot of ways that you can like manipulate this boss to be easier and safer, but this is a speed run, and easy and safe it doesn't matter when you're going for speed. So a lot of this is avoiding the attacks, wailing on the boss.
I'm gonna let him teleport here.
Trying not to get magic. But yeah, this magic can absolutely get out of hand in certain circumstances.
That's good.
This is exactly what you don't want. Well, at this HP, it's good. But,
you wouldn't want it if it was like half HP.
That is the scariest attack probably in this whole fight, is that phase 2 arrows.
Yeah, because it tracks you. The phase 1 arrows is like a set fixed direction, but the phase 2 arrows, it just tracks you all around the arena. But yeah, there we just take the opportunity
Followed
to finish it off.
immediately by another hard, precise fight.
I would say Dancer is a bit less scary for me personally, but yeah, we're going to be doing the early Dancer method of just, taking out, I think her name's Emma, but we're going to be killing her, and this will spawn Dancer at any point in the game. But you get teleported here, because you can't progress without going past Dancer at this point. Yeah, that's
one particular part of this fight that is like the, I guess, quote unquote scary part, but it's very flashy. It's one of my favorite speedrun strats of this like entire game, I would say. You might see a spinning whirlwind Beyblade boss and think I should get away with that or get away from that. But Blanks here is just gonna hang out underneath it and attack anyways and not get hit because he's the best.
That is truly the coolest attack that I've had to learn in this run. And I think that, again, like Josh is saying, like that's part of what I enjoy about a speedrun is just learning all the challenging fights and whatnot. And I think there is just like a great example of that. It's just like, you could just roll and lose 2 seconds, but I'm like, nah, I'd win, and just you just
that strat does not get old.
Yeah, it's one of the most fun things about the speedrun.
Speaking of, when it comes to your experience with this game and also other Souls games, do you think how does your experience compare with Dark Souls 3 versus like Lies of P or Demon Souls? Do you think that a lot of the skills that you've kind of gotten from other games translate and make this run easier, you think?
Absolutely. I was talking today on my stream. I was saying that like the skills translate, and I was talking about the argument of like specialization versus like being a generalist, and I think that both have their pros, but I think specializing, it's in its best environment when the specialist moves to a different thing, and you kind of have that roadmap. That roadmap never goes away of like how to get better at a speed run or whatever it may be. I think doing one thing for a very long time has benefits because you're gonna know how to get better at a million other things when you end up moving on. So I think I have the toolkit after specializing in so many different runs that it's just one of those things where you can be very modular with it. Again, like you don't have to do all the most dangerous strats. You can take it slow. You can do safety stuff like I'm doing on this run, and you can still get a really good time. So that's kind of my motto. It's just kind of like I don't like resetting, and I don't normally do like the super risky stuff until it gets to the point where I kind of have to PB. So. Yeah,
no, definitely. I mean, there's different routes, different like levels of difficulty we can always choose from. I mean, even at PAX East just a bit ago, Carl Germ ran Dark Souls, but as a beginner route, the beginner route that maybe you can get into if you want to speedrun it yourself, which is also a huge appeal about this show. A lot of people might think that like a glitchless run might be a bit more their style versus like a lot of glitches, which I think is nice.
I'm gonna heal here. Sorry, so we're going into one of the hardest fights of the run, technically speaking.
No, you're good. Lock in if you need to. Focus.
Go for 3 more here.
Also one of my favorites in the run.
One of the coolest fights in my opinion. A little bit of turtle RNG there.
Yeah. This is not the RNG you want to see on a speedrun.
Yeah, I mean that was like I kind of read it at the end there, but Dragon Slayer's Armor is one of those fights where I have Vort's Bonfire, right? I'm gonna go to Vort's Bonfire.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. So DSA is one of those fights that just like Dancer, it never gets old for me personally. One of the more technical fights as well.
Lots of cool strafes.
Go to Vort. Yeah, so we died, which means that we lost our Embered State. Embered State's one of those important things to upkeep in a run like this, because as you can see, my health bar is about 30% lower. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use one of these Embers. We have 2, so we're gonna use one of them. There's plenty you can pick up on the run. Like I said, lots of like, versatility and modular modular ability. Is that even a word? But again, like you can do these runs at your own pace. You can run with grabbing every single bonfire. You can do a run where you upgrade to +10 and it doesn't matter because you can still submit under any percent glitchless, right? Like it doesn't actually matter in terms of like, your run being verified or whatever, which is the coolest thing in my opinion about runs like this. That you end up seeing a wide spread on leaderboards of, all the skill levels and everyone in all their strats, who's doing safety stuff, who's leveling health, who's doing what. So it's all very, very cool to see the level of difficulty people can choose for themselves in a speed run.
Yeah, even on
100%.
Blanks, you mentioned kind of maybe you're doing like safety strats and stuff, but like there is another version of this route where you go towards Osiris, you pick up some chunks and you get +8. Mm-hmm. You have like much higher damage for Dragon Slayer armor, for Twin Princes, and for Cinder. +6 DSA is hard. It is not easy.
Yeah, and I lost my ring pretty early, so that was also part of the reason. Yeah, so we keep talking about like the ring and how it does like 10% extra damage. When you lose that, oh my goodness.
Oh, whoa.
When you lose that ring, also, I don't know how these dragons work, but I'm going to just quit out 4 times. We're going to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, so basically the backup strat here, we're just going to do a bunch of quit outs in a row to avoid getting roasted.
Of course, the Great Axe Hollow left you with just enough HP that you didn't get Lloyd's back.
Oh my goodness, I didn't get Lloyd's back, did I? All right. We're going to put out one more time here just for safety. I don't know about this other dragon because the other dragon arrives... It doesn't arrive on the first attempt, but on the second attempt onward, he's going to be there. So we're just going to quit out another time for safety. I'll heal again as well. Before I aggro the firebomb guys as well, because there's barrels right here that they can explode. So I will very quickly do that.
Like the hardest part about this run is just how low your HP is.
I would agree.
Like, I think I genuinely think that this category is so much more punishing than all bosses is. You have to learn a lot more for all bosses, obviously, because you're learning more bosses and more running. But I do think this is... I think this category is much more punishing of mistakes.
Yeah, and on a reattempt here, it's not going to be much different. I don't think. Maybe it will be different. Okay, I don't think it's going to be much different.
It shouldn't be. It should be exactly the same.
Yeah. Help me out here, Josh.
And that does make sense that maybe like all bosses would be... or really it's any percent would be a more... punishing run compared to all bosses. Now that you really think about it, I should phrase it that way, because and when it comes to a lot of like completionist runs, you typically end up getting a lot more items that would normally speed your progress up or make it easier, like level yourself up, versus like an any percent run where a lot of it is just like you're gonna have to be on base level for a good amount of the run. And you have a lot less resources that you would get otherwise in other categories.
Now that's some slightly better RNG, at least. Turtled up a little bit,
would call that
the phase 1 RNG was great.
Yeah. I would call that good enough for a marathon. And again, we're not going to grab that bonfire. It's just right here. There is a bonfire literally 20 steps forward. So we're going to grab this one instead. This one's much closer. That one is, you can literally see it from this one. You can see the bonfire. I don't know what their thought process was there, but little funny thing there. But yeah, we're entering the Great Archives now. And this is going to be the back half of the run. I mean, this is the second to last boss that we're heading towards. The Archives, I will say, I had a little bit of an incident here today on a really good run. And it's one of those running segments that is actually, like, harder than most boss fights, I would say, as far as... Like,
it's the single most precise running section in the run, I would say.
It's not even, like, random or like, difficult in that regard. It's hard because it's very precise. You need to be charging up your stamina in very precise bits, and I even watched the world record here, frame by frame to see how they manage their stamina in the Archives, at least for this first part right here. And so we're gonna hopefully be avoiding all these casters, and as well as, okay, that was kind of unfortunate. I took a little bit of damage there, but the goal is to avoid all the casters, and the goal is to also avoid these thralls right here, and also avoid these hands, and also avoid more casters, and also not take damage from fall damage, which I'm just gonna take this fall because I have some heals. But yeah, as you can see, you get the point. It is just a lot being thrown at you at once. That's the worst of it right there, I would say. is that first bit right there where there's just plenty of casters, plenty of Crystal Sage Part 2 even shows up in Avengers Doomsday. But we even have like a bunch of casters. Yeah, like this part right here is a little bit less scary because it's one enemy. I'm gonna heal for this enemy as well because it's a gargoyle, like the one that we saw in the Profane Capital. And again, like this is, the hardest running segment in the game. So if you're going to be doing this run, you need to make sure that your archives lines are down.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, that's big. That's big. I love that. Yep. The gold goes for a plunge.
Wait, what happened there? He just left?
He took the day off.
Yeah.
He didn't feel like it.
He didn't feel like showing up to
My
work.
goodness.
Normally he stands there and you're supposed to like roll the attack and then walk in the door on the first possible entrance. But there I can take a chill and enter the third entrance. And here's the three
I was
more.
going to say, like, that gargoyle was much bigger than I thought it was, and then it just left.
Get an elevator here?
Yeah, we're going to get the elevator for sure.
Huge.
Oh! I actually made it. Okay.
Whoa!
I did not want to take the elevator down, but we're grabbing that in case we die to the princes here. We're going to grab that for safety. That elevator goes back down to the bonfire. So in the event that we do end up perishing, we will be able to take the elevator back up for the staircase. And so we are just going to be going up the stairs in this direction. This is the exact spot where Mad Apocalypse started beef with the hitless community only to get hit. We're going to get a couple of buffs, and then we're rolling past this guy, and then we're going to quit out on this door after we put on our armor, just because I don't want to deal with all three of these enemies. But yeah, coming up is the Twin Princes, which is honestly my favorite fight in the whole game, and I want Josh to help me out as I just lock in and focus on not getting killed.
This is another hard one and another very punishing one with a very long running section if anything goes too badly. So we're starting with a resin here. And the whole idea here in phase 1 is positioning him for phase 2, for one, which we'll explain in a second, but also just staying behind him. As you'll notice, he has to pivot to look at you before he can attack in most cases. And even when he does attack, oftentimes you can just not roll it. It's very nice. But this is like deceptively difficult to do because there's kind of a rhythm to it. So you'll notice that Blanks is not immediately pushing the phase 2 here. He is waiting. And it'll become obvious why, unless he teleports. Oh, a little bit of a meme teleport.
Trying to set it up in the right spot.
Oh,
there we go.
This is worthwhile. And so believe it or not, chat, this is not a glitch. This is not a glitch. Yeah, the boss's AI is active right now. It is currently active. It is waiting to aggro. But the whole deal is Lothric, the younger prince, the one that Blanks is currently attacking, it doesn't have any AI, period. Lorien has AI. The whole boss's AI is controlled by Lorien. And so if you don't aggro Lorien, if you stand out of his line of sight, he doesn't care that his brother is being slashed apart the whole time.
I love that one.
He's not the brightest.
Yeah, it's technically not a glitch because there's been research put into that strat. It looks very glitchy. It looks like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you're just turning off the AI. But if you're not in that exact spot when phase 1 ends, he will aggro and he will, start the intended phase 2. But I really want to show that off to you guys because that is one of the coolest tricks in the whole run. Yeah, Lorien basically he's trying to swap his shoulder. Like you even see him like trying to look at you. But the thing is that he just can't turn around. Like Josh said, it's controlled by Lorien. So attacking the younger brother doesn't really aggro him at all, but he's just trying oh, come on, let me just turn my shoulder like 20 more degrees. But he just can't do it. So yeah.
He's like, I think I hear something behind me, but I don't care enough to actually turn around.
His brother's getting
So final running section, second to last boss done. There's one more left.
One more. This has been an absolutely amazing
Blanks?
run. I hope y'all are enjoying it.
Absolutely, yeah. We're coming up on the final boss here. We did a little bit of a trick there, by the way. Normally, you would go through that cutscene where you'd burn all the cinders of lords, and then you'd get sent to the unlit shrine. We instead just use a homeward bone from the cutscene, and that brings us to the final area of the game. And this is just one of the coolest arenas of all time. It's got aura. The atmosphere is there. And Josh, help me out, close out this run. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, let's close it out.
Absolutely, Blanks. Once again, thanks for having me on commentary here. But this is one of my favorite bosses. I mean, this is probably my favorite boss in the entire game. Starts off with this straight sword with a remarkably complex moveset, actually, believe it or not. But as Blanks attacks him here, he may choose to transform to a different weapon. Unless we get some just remarkably, insanely good RNG. But the transformations also make this phase 1 incredibly complex as well. He can transform into a staff and cast magic, into a spear, heal himself, all sorts of stuff. But did get some good RNG. He did not choose to transform into anything. This is very precise start to phase 2 here, where you roll the explosion, get 3 hits, roll out before the combo can connect and wombo combo you.
Ooh, that's
roll back in. Very, very nice little script at the start of phase 2 there. And next up is just going to be avoiding these great sword attacks here. Trying to stay as aggressive as possible. Trying to keep stamina up and just...
There we go. That is Dark Souls 3, guys. Time is coming up here when I link the flame. It's been a pleasure having me on for this run. I appreciate it. Thank you so much to Ozmourn. That is going to be time right here. I'm going to skip the cutscene and the credits. All right. That is going to be Dark Souls 3 Glitchless. Thank you so much for having me on. Again, GDQ Hotfix, thank you so much to Ozmourn. Thank you so much to Josh Areno as well. Huge shout out to the Soul Speedrun community. They helped me out a ton as my development as a little Souls runner 5 years ago. So yeah, I mean, if you want to learn more about doing speedruns, running Souls games, running anything Souls adjacent, join up the Discord, and there's channels for every game. There's channels for Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring. Sekiro is their own separate Discord. However, huge shout out to those guys because they truly have this down to a science. They have, archived just documents of information about Souls games, about bosses. They are the GOATs, truly. And again, Josh as well, thank you so much for coming out and doing commentary. I know that you're
thank you for having me.
I know you're a big Dark Souls 3 guy, and I don't know. I'm really happy that, the Souls community is full of so many cool people, and I've met so many amazing people doing these runs. And yeah, I mean, just thank you so much again to my audience as well. You guys are the GOATs. Thank you so much for coming out and watching me every day. And I mean, yeah, that's really about all I have for my shout outs. If you guys have any closing words, I mean, you guys could take it away. This has been Dark Souls 3.
Thank you so much for that run, Blanks. Josh, is there anything else you want to say before you head out? Any shout outs you want to make?
Again, just Souls community, really, really wonderful group of people in speedrunning and also in the hitless community as well. And if you have ever wanted to get into challenge running or no-hit running or speedrunning, I would highly recommend it. There are lots of people in the community that they just love helping out newcomers. So do check them out. And
definitely check out Josh Areno. Just so you guys know.
Thank you so much.
Josh Areno. He is the GOAT.
Check out Blanks, actually. Check out Ozmourn.
Check out both of these runners here. Check out GDQ. It's going to be an absolutely amazing stuff that you're going to be seeing on both of those channels because they are absolutely amazing runners. I know that both of you submitted to SGDQ, so fingers crossed that both of you get in. We'll see you there. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed hosting and as much as these runners enjoyed running these games, because this has been an absolutely amazing night. We saw Constance and Elden Ring on Perilous Path, and then we saw Sekiro and then Bloodborne and then Dark Souls 3 here on the Scenic Route, and so it's just been an incredibly stacked night, and so I hope that y'all enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed hosting it. Of course, if you missed out on Perilous Path or the Scenic Route tonight, you can stay tuned and we'll replay both shows right after this break. And then you can tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, where Skybos will be hosting the whole night.